Hey, hey, hey. We are going live. What's
Hey,
up?
Hello.
hi
Hey,
everyone.
everybody. We're going to take a minute to just kind of let you guys log on and share the live stream on your page, please. Then thank you. We are so excited to be back and here with you guys. Cheers. So tonight, it's like a homegirls, it's the girls catching up. It's when mamas link up on live and
Mama's link up.
just kind of catch up on several different topics. So
Yes,
we about ready to get this thing cracking. How y'all been? Oh my gosh, it's been such a little minute. So, y'all chime into the chat. Post a comment, a question, something you want to talk about.
yes.
Let us know.
How you guys been? You guys been hanging in there during this pandemic? How you guys doing? Checking in. Um, how's everybody doing working from home? Do you like it? Are you ready to go back into the office? I know I
Yes.
love it. I don't want to go back into the office. I don't like office politics, so I'm good. Um,
Me too. I was like, I'm good to go. Like, this
I'm
is
good to go.
fine. I have gotten used to the situation. So,
Exactly.
this is what it
I
is.
don't working in healthcare, you don't really get an opportunity to have that. So I've been in office since day one.
Yes. You
Yes.
got your frontliners. You
Literally.
got your, yes, your mandatory, you know.
And
Sid's
You
when
part
I
of the
keep
mandatory front line. I know Wendy's front line too. So
oh
let's
my
talk about
God.
it.
with
How's it been? Well, let me introduce you guys. Let me do a formal introduction.
you can go
So
into
these faces
Mommas with
probably look
Kindness
super familiar.
and pull the link up there on Facebook, or you could
We
go
have
to
Sydney and
JourneyRight on
Wendy
Facebook and pull the link up.
on.
Yes,
We got
sorry.
a couple different things. We're trying some new things out with this chat. So we got some different angles and some different live streams coming in. So y'all bear with us. But yeah,
Sorry.
so we have Wendy here. We have Sydney,
Hello.
Niqua's in the house. Everybody's
Hey,
there.
what's up? What's up?
Like the
So
meaning for tonight's show is to definitely have just like general conversation, but we definitely wanted to touch on just like our new moms, like our expecting moms, our pandemic mamas that just had babies during the pandemic, and then new grandmas, because a lot of us are just starting to become grandmas, new G moms out here in these streets.
we're grandma.
Uh, Big mom. That's what that is.
Big
What
mom.
is it?
Okay.
Big mom.
It's just
Big mom.
OGs, basically.
Yes.
Yes, yes. If you some of you guys I can see, but if you if you're watching, just hit us up in the comments. Let us know who you are, where you at.
Where you at? What you
Yeah.
been doing?
That's right.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, you got some light up there.
What's I gonna say?
Okay. I'm just getting it typing over here. All right, perfect. Jessica's on. Hey Jess.
Hey, Jess.
How about Jessica though? Like
Jessica is out here
girl.
killing it. Jessica's out here killing it. Do you hear me?
Oh
Jessica
my
be
God.
like, wake
She
the
was
fuck
killing it before,
up.
but she's
Let's
killing it now.
go. Every
She's
morning I'm
killing it.
like, I got one eye open. I'm like, girl, I'm up, girl. I
Listen.
am up watching you, girl.
Every day she didn't lost another 10 pounds and I didn't gain a few. It's stressful.
I didn't-
It's stressful.
I know, right? We over here gaining weight, and she looking great.
Listen, my dog loses 10
Amazing.
pounds every single day. I'm like, how? Show me how.
I'm telling you.
Girl, you ain't trying. You doing the damn thing. And Talisha, what is
You
good,
done
Mama?
did
We are
it.
sending you
Talisha,
so much
what's
love.
up? I'm so glad. So everybody, Talisha is feeling much better. My homegirl T had caught the virus, but she's doing much better now. Thank God. And I'm hallelujah,
Yeah.
as she said,
Yes,
hallelujah.
the whole family. Much love to the
Yes,
whole fam. I'm glad we launched baby boy off to college and y'all back in
yep,
business. So, you know,
yay,
sending love your way. And that's something we're gonna talk about too, because we have a lot of new moms or a lot of moms with a new experience of college or just dealing with college life. So,
yep.
Right.
a lot of people sending their kids off to
It's off to
college this
college.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yes,
Doing it.
girl. Yes,
yes,
Corona.
yes.
Yes, girl. It was crazy. Hey, bud. My
Crazy.
mom's on. Hey, mom.
Hi, mom.
Hey, mom.
I hope y'all got y'all wine. Woo,
I got
woo.
mine.
Get
Wait a
your
minute.
drinks. Get your
Wait a
drinks
minute.
ready. Sit back, relax. Let's chill.
I don't know why
Hey,
you think to get my wine like
hey.
that's just
I just,
outside of me.
I,
And if ever anybody wants to know about a great dessert wine, I'm not listen. They can sponsor if they want to. Let me tell you something about Electra.
Girl.
let
Boy,
me
they
tell
have
you
a rose. They have a rose now. That's what I was. That's what I texted you. They have a rose. So they have the red. They have the white. Now they have the rose. And when I tell you, my God,
So it's so good.
it's just
It's
something
life
everybody needs.
changing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have
It
to
is
try
so
that.
and
good.
it's inexpensive. It was only like $14.99 or something like that. But it's really really good. It's sweet though. So if you're not a
Yeah.
sweet person, you're not gonna like it. But it's because it's really
Right.
sweet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Very
Gotcha.
sweet.
Okay.
Very sweet. Well, I'm sipping on some Southern wine. If you guys follow JourneyRight, you know that we recently went and visited the Lake Ridge Winery out in
Yes.
Orlando. Niqua
Yes.
literally like flew down
It was
from
awesome.
VA.
Yeah.
Sid, Wendy, and myself, we drove down.
Yes.
It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It
I
was
It was
I
gorgeous.
awesome.
loved it. I loved it. I didn't even know Orlando had hills. I
Right.
was in awe. It was breathtaking. I
Right.
loved it. I was almost ready to buy a property over there. I was like, you know what? I want to look at this
Yeah,
view.
we was
I
like,
didn't even
okay,
know that existed.
they
And I
building
looked at
houses
Florida
out here where
twice.
we about to live at.
So yes, it was definitely a
Yes,
good
and
time.
had no idea.
Yeah. It was super
Exactly.
nice.
And the wine was good. What did you ladies think? Wasn't the wine
Mhm.
pretty tasty?
I
It
Which
only
was
was
really
tasted
good.
one or two of
I
them, but
bought
the ones
3
that I tasted,
bottles and some mix.
oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I like? The slushy wine. Did you
Yeah.
guys touch
Yes, I
wasn't
Oh,
that
have
good?
that. That's that
Okay.
blush.
Yes. That
that's the
was
one
It
that
so
we
was so
all
good.
good.
tried.
It's so
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
what'd you say, Sid?
I said, I think that's the one we all tried. I'm walking around, so excuse
Yeah.
me. I just put one down. Thank you, God. She's sleeping for the night. Praise Jesus. Duke is just looking at me. So
Listen, this
you
is
guys
real
see me
live in
walking
effect.
around, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you're giving them real live in effect what a new mom goes through.
Listen, real,
Yeah.
real organic here.
Okay.
Real organic. But we're gonna make it
Yeah.
work. She's sleeping, so we're good.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, I guess
Good. Good. That's
we
okay.
could
It's all
start
right.
off.
It's okay. We gonna work.
We're gonna
Yes.
work around it. If you hear a scream, no,
Hey,
everything's okay.
that's what moms do. We
Watch this.
multitask, man. We
You
multitask. We're the chef, the doc, the nurse, the businesswoman. You know,
Mm-hmm.
what else? What else? What else?
Everything.
The freak for the husband.
The cleaner, the
That's
yard
right.
person.
Lord the cleaner. No, I call it the maid.
What husband, but anyway.
I'm the maid.
You gotta keep it spicy now. You gotta keep it spicy for the husband now.
I'm the maid. That's all I know is I'm the maid.
Sid,
I'm the maid.
Jessica says she's still mind blown that you're a mommy. You're a mommy of 2 now. How do you feel? Like how okay, so when I met Sydney, she had 0 children. Okay.
Zero.
So
Won't think about
so now
it.
she
Won't
has
even think
2.
about it.
So
Yeah, sorry, you hear him talking, but yeah, when you met me, I had 0 kids. I wasn't even thinking about kids. I was still I was so young. 22, 23, wasn't thinking about kids at all. Like just didn't know, just was trying to get by and live, working at the spa and stuff. That's what you're doing. And within my son is gonna be 3 in October. I've had 2 kids now. Like it's the craziest thing to me. And I always say, my kids, of course, couldn't imagine where I am now. I never would have thought, I would have been here with 2 kids. And when I tell you they are literally the best things to happen to me,
That's
no matter
right.
how long the nights are, and how long those days can be as well.
Yeah.
How sleepless you are, everything I do right now literally revolves around Duke and Lauren. Like everything, like nothing else matters. Like, and I know we'll continue to talk about this, and because you guys are saying like mental health and things like that, because you're changing, you're definitely changing. But no matter how far gone I feel like I am still able to be available and present to my kids. Now, it might
Right.
not be 100% of me, but if I'm at 50%, then they're getting all that 50 of me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely like that's just how you are. That's how I am right now, and I think of course I'll be like that forever now. Like I am forever changed. I was
Yep.
telling
So
Cindy,
now you understand when I was at the spa and I was like, I would get a phone call. I would see a name, get a phone call, and I'm like, I would tell Cindy, I literally see black. Like nothing is existing right now, but this little voice on the other end of this phone, and me figuring out what the hell is going on.
What is going on? Like,
so that's how it is. Yes. I'm just gonna make a quick mention. So Jessica added that we're dog groomers, which we'll get to.
Oh Lord.
Something else added to the title.
Oh Lord.
And then my niece is on. So hey Kenny, what's up, girl? She says she's currently battling COVID with an 8-month-old, her brand new baby. So we're sending you love. I did not know you had
love
COVID,
and
baby.
prayers.
So,
Hugs. Yeah.
Just we'll talk about. I mean, hopefully you have what you need. T, if you want to, pop any suggestions in the comments with, healing, whether it's like healthy foods or supplements, vitamins, pop that in the comments because, that's one of the topics that we're going to discuss tonight is COVID and how it's surging. So, if you've gotten, this variant this year and you can share, share in the comments and we'll repost it. What has helped you kind of feel better. Right. And then Sharita said, yes, Sid, I agree. So she agreed with you wholeheartedly, with everything that you said.
Yeah.
So it's true. All facts. We've been there.
Definitely. It is. It's like you said. I remember I used to tell Toy like, "Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be back doing this. I'll be back doing that." Not realizing, and this is of course before I had even my son. Not realizing, no, it's not as easy. It's not that anymore. Like it's just not. And as much as I want it to be, or I feel like I want to create some type of normalcy for myself, it's not possible because everything you do, you think about your kids. So but it's a good feeling. No, it's a good thing. It's a good space to be in. It's a good place to be in. Like I said, it's the most rewarding thing to see them thriving and knowing that obviously I'm doing something well. I'm doing my job. They're thriving. They're getting bigger. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely, you are.
Absolutely. What would you say was your biggest adjustment, Sid? What was your biggest adjustment with everything?
For 2 things was my biggest adjustment, and what I'm struggling with, I guess now, prioritizing things. So trying to get things done in timing. I feel like it's not enough time in the day for me to do anything. Because like you said, we wear so many hats. Like I work a full-time job. I have my 2 kids. I'm going to school. I'm trying to keep my house in order. It's so many different things. So timing is still something I struggle with. And also you sort of struggle with yourself afterwards. Like with my son, I felt like I would say I snapped back pretty well after my son. I will say that. But this time around, things have been different. My pregnancy with my daughter was a little harder. So my body is now, I'm going through things. I'm battling things I have to see doctors and things for and have to get, figured out now still 6 months later. And that is an adjustment with me too. Because I'm just trying to figure out like, all my, for most of my life, I was an athlete, worked out, did whatever the case may be. And now it's harder for me just to get back in a groove of anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know, but you do it flawlessly though. You do it flawlessly because when I saw you in
Listen,
Orlando, you was glowing. So you
listen.
Yep.
do it well.
Right.
And y'all don't understand what it took me to get together for that trip. I packed 80,000 things in that car to get them kids together to Orlando for us to be there for that day and a half, and me not need half of that stuff. But yeah, and to get myself out there. But at the end of the day, it's about the experience, and it was worth it. Like it's
Right.
in that moment, I was a little overwhelmed trying to get everything together, but it ended up working out, and it always does.
It did. And we're the one
Yeah.
thing, about our trips, and if I didn't say it before, I know y'all know this about me and planning, but if if it's anything that I plan or if it's anything that I invite, a fellow mother or even a fellow friend to, and your family's coming, your kids are coming, like we come as a village, so all of us were there to to just help do whatever. Everybody
Yes.
just kind of chimed in. Wendy, you ain't said that yet, girl. I know it's been a
I was
minute since
listening.
we've literally had our babies, but I know you're a pretty new G mom, big mama, big mom.
Yeah.
So how does it
Yeah.
feel? I mean, what are
Well, I
some of
mean,
the
I
things
got
that you
Raven
guys
right
are?
here too.
Yeah,
I mean, I just deal with them on a regular. I'm always with them, all the time. I said I'm gonna go buy me a range next so I can carry my grandbabies in just for them.
Yes,
But
yes.
no,
yes,
it feels good. It's just different because it's the pandemic and all the extra stuff that's going on. But I'm enjoying life with my grandbabies. They love me to death. Like,
yes, they
we were
do, and
saying,
they
I'm
are
a
so
grandma. I ain't no
precious.
grandma. I'm a big mom, a
Big
OG.
mom, I like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like,
that.
yeah,
I like
I
that.
like that. Even better than G mom. I like that.
I like
yeah.
that. I had my father's mom. I called her Mama. That's what we called her. So she, we called her Mama. That was her thing. So and my mother is Nana. So
Yeah,
she wants to
yeah,
be Nana. So
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
We all
my
have a
grandbabies, they call me Gram.
oh,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
cute.
And she's Tyler. Tyler sees me, I'm Gram, and then her other grandma is Grandma. She's got like 4 different grandmas, so we all
oh,
classify as something different. But I'm Gram.
yes.
Yes, Graham Graham.
Well,
Yeah.
I know you guys are still out, and you're doing your best to, still be out and about and have activities and do activities with your family. Raven, you've been out, girl. Like you've been hanging in there with us. I know you, babe. I have to remember that your baby is just months old. How old is your little boy, Adonis?
10 months. He'll be 11 months in about a week, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
in about a
And
week.
I mean, everything that your mom has been like, hey, we gonna go do it. And even you guys, as a family unit, you guys have been, trying to stay pretty active. How has it been? Has it been easy? Have you been nervous about going out and about with the
Yeah,
family?
it's like pretty hectic. Like you don't really know what's going on in the world right now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we try our best to still be active, get out there and do things, participate in different stuff. Like, I don't want to feel homebound. I work from home, but I don't want to be stuck there all together.
Right.
So we
Yeah.
should try to get out and get the kids involved in stuff as best
Yeah.
we can in this tough time.
Yeah, and we've been doing it. You've been doing good. You guys' pictures always look so fun, and I'm in a lot of
Thank
them.
you.
Thank goodness. No.
We try. I haven't been
You be
posting as
trying.
much, but I still try to keep my family updated on what's going on, pretty much.
For sure,
That's
for
good.
sure. So you mentioned that you're working from home. So
Hmm.
you don't have to mention exactly what you're doing, but how does it feel? Were you always working from home, or did you have to transition to working at home because of COVID?
We definitely did have to transition because of COVID. But it ended up working real nice with my schedule. After I had the baby, I got to stay home, so I'm getting to spend a lot more time. I definitely appreciate that. This go around. With Kyla, I didn't really get to spend as much time when she was a baby because I had to work, be out there and working and stuff like that. But I'm definitely taking advantage of this opportunity this time.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Mhm.
good.
But see,
That's
that's the bonus of working from home. I think
Yeah.
I, as a mom, I liked working from home to have the flexibility. So it was good that you didn't have to have that anxiety, because I know for when I had my children, the anxiety going back to work, and feeling comfortable with leaving them. And I was fortunate enough to work where I had them at the I would say daycare, and so I would check on them at lunchtime and
yeah,
just make sure and let them know, like, hey, I can pop up at any time. But
yeah,
it just gave me that comfort working
Right.
when I was at work.
right.
So I know how it can be frustrating sometimes. When you have to, because we have to pay the bills, right? So we have
Yeah,
to go out there and work and then come home. Like Sydney said, you come home and you're tired, but you still got, what I used to say, my other job,
yeah,
that's you never, there's no clock in and clock out with that
yeah.
one. And then, mommies aren't supposed to get sick.
Right.
Right.
It's like, what? Mommy's down, man down, the whole house is about to go in, disarray. So it's like you can't really relax because you're still listening to all the, and you're like, you know what? Let me just do it.
Right.
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 It's
Yep.
you
just
know so
Yeah.
yeah, so those, but so it's a blessing that you have that time to spend extra with your babies, and you're actually able to be there and manage that time. So that's awesome.
right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I
Definitely.
remember being, when I had Alana, and I like beyond, having her and like all the struggles and learning how to be a new mom, my biggest concern was childcare because I didn't work from home. I never worked from home. I always worked, in a corporate office or somewhere. And I want to give a shout out to Miss Terry because, you find those people, they become like party, like extended family, when you have good child
Right.
care and someone that you can drop your child off in the morning and you got to go to work and do what you got to do. It's like she's like a grandmother, she's like my child's grandma. Like I owe her the world because, I knew I was dropping my child off at a safe environment and I didn't have no worries at all with her. And we're still in touch, we're still in touch. She came to Florida a few years back and came to my house and I'm like, it was awesome. So, I mean, I know them vibes. I know getting up in the morning, dropping the kids off, you work all day, you want to go to the gym, you want to try
Mhm.
to stay healthy. I used to pick Alana up, go to U Crops, get a box dinner, sit there, eat it, go to the gym, to just try to have some sort of normalcy. And
Yeah.
it was intense, So
Mhm.
my life has changed now because, the kids, number one, are grown and now I'm working at home. But I do remember, I remember those days. And Sid, I know you have really good childcare. I mean, I remember. Let's talk about the first day you dropped. So first of all, let's talk about the first day you dropped them off, and how they've come to be such a part of your life, and you have the trust there with your childcare
Right.
provider.
So one finding you can do. One finding daycare alone is stressful. Like that
Yeah.
is traumatic. That is just trying to find daycare. You don't know, like I literally did not know where to start. I was just like, okay, well, let's just start by looking at, daycares by my job. So I'm thinking to myself, if I ever need to leave. So anyway, long story short, like 20,000 daycares in Jacksonville, Orange Park, anywhere I could find later. We found this place. And it was Duke only in the beginning. Duke only had to go, mind you, one day a week. And so she was fine with that at the time because what Duke was like 9 months. We didn't put Duke in daycare till he was 9 months, and he only had to go one day a week. And I'm like, all right. So I'll never like I mean I tell you, I remember we found her, everything worked out, it was perfect. No, I felt so comfortable. It was a loving environment. I was happy, but it's still just dropping your kid off somewhere
Right.
for the first time. So um, I'll never that morning, I had to go to work, so I got us up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to be at work at 7:45. I got us up and I got myself dressed, and I just remember just talking to myself the whole morning, like, you got this, you gonna be fine, it's gonna work out. He don't have to be there all day. His dad gonna pick him up by 3 o'clock. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get him dressed. I mean, I'm talking to him in the car like, Papa, you going to daycare? It's your first day. Mind you, he's not months old. So I mean, he understands, but he probably looking like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, well, we got to go to the job. Like, so I get to that daycare, and I have all his stuff.
We lost her.
We lost her.
No, we lost her.
Back.
She'll come back. She'll come back.
Yeah.
I love Sid's stories. She had me while we're waiting for her. She had me rolling when we were in Orlando about how she prepared for her trip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And how she had to pack the
She is
bag.
a wonderful storyteller.
Hello.
Hey, we got you back.
Oh, there we go. We got you back. Okay. So yeah, I'll never forget. I'm taking him. I get there. I have all his stuff. I got his little diaper bag, and by that time, I had already started shaking. My lips started trembling. I already know what's about to happen. So I get in there, and so she's like, "Hey, good morning, hi, Duke," and stuff like that. So Duke is fine in the beginning because he realizes I'm still there, and I'm going through. I'm like, "This is this and that. This is that. You want to be fed about this time?" And she's looking at me. She's like, "Okay, you got this," and stuff like that. And I'm like, "All right." So I go to walk out, and Duke realizes now that I'm about to walk out. So we make eye contact, and he loses his mind. And I remember thinking like, "Oh, nope, this ain't working. Let me get my kid. Y'all can forget that registration. Y'all keep y'all little food. I don't care. We going to work. I don't care."
Oh wow.
But that's what I was thinking to myself. But she was just like, "It's fine. Just go ahead and go. You're gonna make it worse." Okay. So I'm like, all right. So I go back, give him one last hug, and I leave. And I tell you, the minute she closed that door, I was eating snot. I was losing my mind. I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, I can't do this. I called Gene. So I called Gene, and I'm like, Gene, I can't do this. And he starts laughing. I'm like, oh, F you, goodbye. So I hang up the phone on him. I hang up the phone, and I call my mom. And my mom is like, what is wrong? And I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I'm doing my job. I'm putting in my day's notice. Like,
Sydney was ready to completely quit her job. She was like, I'm going to stop my whole life.
I did not care. Like, so my mom was just like, Sydney, where are you at? I said, I couldn't see anything. I was driving blind, basically, because I'm just crying and eating snot. So she's like, pull over. So I pull over, and she FaceTimes me. And she's like, it's okay. Calm down. You can work yourself up. But when somebody tells you it's okay, that makes it 20 times worse. So I tell you, I remember stopping to get a Pepsi and a breakfast sandwich. And I don't even remember the taste of the breakfast sandwich because I was just boo-hoo crying. I basically cried the whole day until his dad, Gene came and told me, he's like, I'm going to pick him up. And I was like, will you pick him up? And he went and picked him up at like 2 o'clock. So he picked him up early. And I was like, you need to bring him to me. I need to see him. I need to make sure he's okay. I need to feel him and stuff. Like, he's like, I'm not doing that. I was like, you better bring my kid now. Like, you better bring him. I need to see him. So he ended up bringing him to me. And I just, I couldn't, I mean, Duke lit up when he saw me. I just knew. I was like, Duke, go hate me, Mom. He go hate me for dropping him off. And it's so funny because the lady said all day he cried, which I knew he was going to because for 9 months he had exclusively just been around me, his dad, and his Mayan. So he knew nobody else. He knew nobody else. Like literally, we were the only 3 people he had been around all the time. And when I tell you, I did that boohoo crying, lip trembling, everything shaking, blood pressure high. I did that for like literally a month. Every time I did it, like a month. And then finally, I got myself together and I'm okay. And it's so funny because here I am with Lauren and she's 6 months and I don't plan on putting her in daycare if I don't have to until like 9 months or so. And thinking about it makes me want, I'm going to go through that all over again. Like I can't, even though I'm pretty, I'm sure she'll go to the same place and everything will be fine. Just the thought of having to go through that again is just not okay with me.
It's not. It's
not. Yeah. I totally understand that. I went through that myself with my son. He'll be 20 next month, but he was so attached to me. And I left the room, oh my God. And then him and his sister are only 18 months apart. So she was the saving grace because when she was at daycare, what they would do is she would do her morning routine with her class and then they would bring him in to be with her because that's the only way he would not cry.
Come on,
He
take it
wouldn't
back.
go with anybody, and he would tell you no. He'd go, no, I'm not. No, where's my mommy?
Right.
You know, and it took. I mean, even with my mom, because my mom had a daycare business, and it took a week. And she told me same thing, like you. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I'll take off. And my mom said, if you don't leave, I
Yes.
won't be able to watch him. Leave and leave him here. He'll be fine. And
Yeah.
he cried
Yeah.
the whole week. But then after the week, he was fine. You know,
Yeah.
but he still was very attached. He didn't really go to a lot of people or whatever. But I dealt with that, and it was hard. It's very hard, and you think about it, literally, like Sid said, all day. Like I just couldn't function. I was just like, maybe I shouldn't put him there, or maybe I don't know. You just always come up with something, you know,
Yeah.
like to not take him there.
Yep.
So
You worry
it's
to them.
tough.
And I think your worry kind of, not that it spills over to them because, you know, everybody goes through their own individual, you know, issues and coping and anxiety and stuff. But once the parent kind of mellows out, I think the child kind of mellows out. And I kind of saw that with Sydney because once Sydney was like, I'm good, Duke was like, I don't need nobody. He just rolled his eyes at me, y'all. Like I was singing a song to him and he was like, oh my God. Like he a grown man now.
But it's so funny how
He wasn't feeling the song, Toy. He wasn't feeling the song. He was like, man.
Yeah. But once you get to a place of comfort, it's so funny because here I am now with my Fridays off and stuff like that. And I was so bored. I'd be like, you time to go to daycare. You gotta go to daycare. It's time to go.
I need my day.
Of course, right now Duke is in his 2-year-old, which is also his terribleness, and I can't deal with it. So you know what? I think you need to go to daycare and you need to go play with all your little friends and run a little bit, and then mommy will come home and it will be better for both of us.
Yes.
But you know, you need that break too, though, Sid. It's good to have that break. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta have that so that you can come back and you know, be enjoyable with them. Because you know, if we don't have that me time, you know,
and that's why I enjoy so much going out, like me, Toya, like Wendy, when we all get up, like I'm looking for a happy hour every other day. Cause listen, I'm like, who gonna text? I done found a restaurant. They got $5 margaritas. Let's go. Because you know, like you get to the point where you're just so like, you know, especially in the pandemic, and I found myself, you know, I had my daughter when I was pregnant. I was, of course, pregnant in the middle of a pandemic, and then having her, it is like next level stress. Like you know, like I can't watch the news. I can't listen to all this. I can't. Like I am now overly. I'm hypersensitive.
Yeah.
To everything because it's just so different. It's so weird. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what to do. You're worried about your health. You're worried about your kids' health. You want to keep them safe. You want to shield them from everything. But yet life still has to go on. Your bills don't stop. The things. So I'm still working my 40 hours a week. I'm still going to my job every day, having to be the best I can for them, and then having to come home. So it's just so much. So I sort of felt a little isolated and just not having, you know. So when, you know, now I won't say, you know, normal because it's far from normal, but just getting back out and trying to do little things like the happy hours and things like that has meant
live life.
Like it's meant so much to me and my sanity, like just trying to feel better, trying to get some back to myself, trying to, you know, it just means a lot. Like, so
Yeah. So, you know, in case anybody's just kind of tapping in, we've done like 4 outings. That's what we call it. JourneyRight has been established for several years, and the whole and you know, the whole goal for JourneyRight is to eventually be able to offer a weekend retreat. You know, once we can get back to true normalcy, you know, without dealing with this crazy COVID stuff. But in the meantime, what we decided to do was actually like have some meaningful outings where we can get out the house, be safe, you know, and have a good time, make some TikToks, drink some nice drinks, try some new restaurants, and then go back home and then, you know, get back to the normal thing and then try it again next week type deal.
Right.
And it's been fun. Nico, how was traveling from VA to Florida for our winery trip? Like,
it was it was a mother-daughter trip because my daughter came, so she flew in from Jersey, and then I came in from VA, and So it was good. I felt good to see. Well, first of all, I hadn't seen you guys in a long time. I missed you guys. So I was like, finally, I get to join you guys on your outings because I'm like, oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have so much fun. And so it was good to see you guys, and then bring my daughter on. And then Wendy's daughter was there too. They're around the same age, so that was awesome. I think the last time they were around each other was Alana's Sweet 16.
Yes.
And now they're grown. They're grown women.
All grown
they're
women.
legal. As they say, legal as F. And
Yes.
so, so it was really nice. It just to be around, other women that are motivated, same drive, same aspirations. Just to laugh and kick back and enjoy wine. Who doesn't love wine?
Right.
And a little entertainment, and we took some great pictures. It was just awesome. I just enjoyed. I needed it. I needed that break to come back and go back to the everyday hustle. It was definitely enjoyable. It was worth it because I did fly like I was protected. I had like my mask and a face shield, and but it was worth it. I had a good time, and my daughter had a good time too. That was her first time being in the winery.
Yes.
So so that was nice to experience that. And that's another thing too that I like that we're doing is that we're showing our children different things. We're being the person we needed when we were that age. So when they say, hey girl, come on, let me show you what it's like. Let me show you, let's get some stamps on these passports. Let's actually do some real grown women-ish out here. And enjoy it so you can see what's outside of your bubble, and it's kind of hard right now with COVID, but I think we're doing the best that we can, and this is good because we support each other, and we continue to grow and uplift each other. If we're going, if we feel like, we just can't do it, just like Sid said, you guys get together and do, a happy hour just to kind of break the ice because, we go through so much stuff. And sometimes we think that it's something wrong with us. Like there's no one else going through this, or then when you start talking to women like us and on a forum, you're like, dang, I'm not the only one. I'm not going crazy or, whatever. I mean, there's times mothers will say certain things like these kids getting on my nerves and stuff like that. And then people are like, oh my God, how can you talk like that? Like, listen, I can say that. I love my children. Don't get me wrong.
Right. You're entitled.
Exactly. Yes. So, it's just, so it's good. It's good.
I know you and Wendy can kind of talk about Team A.
Cool, yes.
Cool. I know that you and Wendy can kind of talk about Team A and Team B,
Right. Right.
So Wendy, you have two
Wendy.
daughters.
So
one has a full family that we love dearly, but then you have your son that's still in high school. How is that? How is it balanced?
I mean, it's balancing because to me, he's a grown man now. But I mean, I do what I do. I've been doing what I do for a long time. My two daughters, they're 25 and 24. And then my son is 15. And my two daughters, for a long time, I had to start out working overnight. We did opposite shift with their dad. And so, I was always home in the daytime with the kids. And then 11 years later, my son come along, and so it was still like the same game, but I could switch it up a little bit. The girls got grown, and so they were able to help me out or whatever, and their dad too. So, I was flexible to do, different things like that. But now that they're out of the house, they're doing their own thing, and it's just me and my son. I'm just living life. I'm working 2-3 jobs, but that's my choice. But I'm living my life too at the same time. So I don't have to be there all the time, but I am spending a lot of time with my son too as well. I mean, he goes to school. While he's at school, I'm working. And and we need to do things together. We do things together. I take off, do whatever I need to do. But for the most part, I mean, it's easy. I feel like it's easier. It's just me and him, but I'm having a good time with life. So it is what it is.
I love the fact that your family, your guys are very close, and you guys do a lot of things together. And I love that the memories. that you're building with your family. I think that is awesome. You know, I think we should do that more and more. I think we don't, or
Right.
we're doing it, but we don't see it. So
Right.
I like that, you know, and
Just
your kids, you can see your kids are very happy, very
yeah,
happy.
just keeping that close tight
Yeah.
bond, even though everybody kind of went their separate ways, they're
Right.
grown, they're doing their
Yeah.
thing, we still try to stick together and just be close knit family because we all we got. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So you just got to keep
Yeah.
that going. And I love my grandkids to death,
Yes.
and it is what it is.
How
Everybody
how
just
was it
hanging
when
in
you first found out you were going to be a grandma? How was that? Was that exciting? Was it like, how was that emotion?
there.
Because I know everybody asks.
That, we
I
definitely
don't
all
know.
got.
Why you do that?
I think I was freaked out because really I was not ready to be a grandma. I think that was the big thing that just really like punched me. I was like I wasn't ready. I was in shock kind of, and I
Right.
think I went crying to Toya. At the
Yeah.
time Toya was my boss, and so I was just
Yeah.
like, "What am I gonna do? What did I do wrong?" you know, I just wasn't ready for that at the moment. It was a shock.
Yeah.
And I just was trying to find different avenues like this can't be happening, this and that. But anyway, the baby got here and she's the best thing that's ever really, you almost can kind of say you love your grandkids better than you love your own darn kids. I know it sounds crazy, but it's that kind of feeling where,
They
you
are
know,
so.
yes,
Yeah.
to die for. But I love them. Like I said, I love my grandbabies. I wouldn't give them up for the world. And, you just don't know, if you're not ready, it's a whole different story, but you might as well be ready because it's going to be here.
Right.
But other than
Right.
that, that's what we were dealing with.
Yeah.
Just, a lot of things that were going on unexpectedly and, things happen in life, but she was grown anyway.
Right.
Me being a young grandma, that just wasn't happening for me, but it happened. But other than that, it's all good. I'm here for them if they need me, and they know grandma is like mom, so it is what it is.
Yes. Yes. And you're a great,
Yeah.
what is it? What is it? G mom or big mom? Big mom. You're
As the
a
kids are
great grandma.
growing and when
Yes.
they hit those ages, I try to think about
Mm.
the situation I put my mom in, because I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was young mom too.
but I mean,
I don't know if you guys
they
can hear
have
me.
so
I'm
much
having a
more,
little bit of technical
with
difficulty.
us, and then got my mom and
Yeah.
everybody. It's so many grandmas and grandfathers out here, so they
Mm-hmm.
have so much to look forward to too. When you got family participating and helping out and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. And it is. It's
Definitely.
definitely a plus. What they say, it takes a village, but it's good to have a good village. Not a
right,
Yeah.
judgmental village, because
Right.
sometimes
right,
that's not always that adds extra stress.
Yeah.
right. That's
You
true.
know. You know
Yeah.
exactly. Um. I was going to say there was one question I did have wanted to ask you, ladies. What do you think? As far as overall during the pandemic, what has been some of the challenges? Like, I know that, for me, it's been hard, just in general, just, with activities. Like my daughter's very active. So talking about team A and B, I have a 10-year-old. So, and my older two, they're 20 and 21. And so it's been hard for her to adjustment because she's not used to kind of being by herself. She's like, I miss my brother and sister. I can't go to dance class. I can't do this. Like, what can I do? And so, it was an adjustment trying to find things to kind of keep her going without her, because it's hard because a
Yeah.
lot of kids her age have developed depression early
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
of,
that's
of
true.
not having that interaction. So as
Right,
moms, we take in all of that.
Yeah.
right,
So how did you
right.
guys deal with, dealing with that during this time
Well,
with the kids and
we live in Florida, so we went outside.
I forgot. You
Florida's
guys
number
get
one
outside.
crazy.
My kids literally, it was probably a few weeks that they weren't doing anything because we was like, can we go outside? Like, is it safe to walk outside. Like as soon as we knew it was safe to walk outside, it was like they was back to football, they was back to basketball. I remember being very nervous about, them playing sports and, being around other kids. But I mean, we did it. They made it through. Nobody got, terribly sick. The family, we did get hit with COVID, but last year. But I think everybody had a touch of something.
Right.
But yeah, the kids, I mean, they stayed very active, the boys. They
Yeah.
stayed very active. And I had signs on the door, like their friends came. I was like, look, Cindy, like I seen it. Wash your hands, when you come in here, straight to the bathroom type deal.
Right.
But yeah, my boys, they pretty much like stay active to the point where I was like, nobody else can come here. You know what I'm saying? Or, or no, we can't travel to Wisconsin. Like
Right.
that's just not gonna happen right now. Even though the basketball, the AAU team is going,
Right.
like
I just know, like, I wear my mask almost 90% of the time. I know
all
everybody
the
look at me
time.
like I'm crazy, but I don't care. Y'all
No,
wear
I
that
wear
damn
it all
mask
the time
everywhere
too.
I go, and it's
Yeah,
just, wild. But that's just become my life because
yeah,
I have to
to have
wear
the
it at
mask.
work. I work for 2 other jobs, well, 3,
Yeah,
and I have to have that mask on at all 3. So it's like everywhere I go, you get out the car, you can put the mask on anyway. So
yep,
I just
mask
keep it
on.
on. It's like, you see me in pictures, you see me with that mask on.
Mask.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's just what I've become accustomed to, even though, at one point they thought the pandemic was clearing out and all that stuff, and now it's
right.
kind of full flat back on again. So
Yeah,
it's just weird, trying to adjust to this kind of thing we got going on here. But,
yeah,
we're working at it.
But
yeah.
just I feel like as long as we continue to support each other and be there and continue to
Stay
work through these
knowledgeable,
things.
stay up,
Yeah.
up to speed with, what's new, what's emerging.
Yeah.
I did write down some things because, when it comes to COVID and the Delta variant, just from July to August, it's been 150,000 new cases just amongst, the youth. So, just pay attention, and they're pushing for vaccines, and pushing for mask wearing, and I think right now as we're approaching cold season and the colder weather, best practices are exactly what we were doing last year with the hand sanitizer and the hand washing and the social distancing and the masking, and just being very cautious about who we're around, how many people we're around, what we're doing. It's time to pay attention and make sure so we can either knock this thing out so we can get back to doing what we do.
And
Right.
I just want to put this out here, let's stop judging people, man. Like if I want to wear a mask, let me wear my mask.
Yeah,
Right.
Let me if I say step back to the left, step back to the left. Don't be mad at me. I'm
Exactly.
trying to protect myself.
yeah,
So, just I think we need to learn how to allow people to be who they are. Now, I'm not saying, go out here and be reckless, and do things that's going to harm other people. But if you look at it, people have been doing that for years to harm other people.
yeah,
You just got to be mindful of those people. Those people, they just don't like not being in, control, I guess. They feel like wearing a mask is not being in control, which is kind of
yeah.
crazy. But let people protect themselves the way they want to protect them. Stop judging
Exactly.
them for
Right.
making the decisions that they want to make. As long as they're not harming anyone else and putting them in danger, then allow people to do what they want to do. Let's stop. I read a post. It said, this woman turned 104 years old, and they asked her what was the potion to live long, and she said, "You know what I do? I stay out of other people's business."
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do. And stop trying to tell people what they should be doing. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you do, as long as you're not
Yeah.
harming people. Now listen to what I'm saying, because people like to take words and throw it out of context to justify what they're saying. As long as you're not hurting no one, stop judging people for their decision. If they want to isolate for a whole year and stay in the house, and that's what they want to do, that's their business.
Exactly.
They're not hurting anybody.
Exactly.
And that's just what I would say with that. Everybody has to live for themselves. Everybody has different health conditions. Everybody has different allergies. Everybody can't there's some people who cannot take certain things. They just cannot. And you have to allow them to get the time to adjust and get what they need to get. You know, the forcing, I understand some of that part of it, because you do have people out here who just won't listen. But that's not going to change. There are always people that are not going to listen. You know, you tell people don't touch the top of the stove. What they do? Oh, and you bring your hand up. Now you know why we tell you don't touch the top of the stove. There's always going to be those people. You know, but I just think, you know, we're going through so much. Why put pressure and judge people and make them feel worse than what we're already going through?
Right.
You know, mental health is real, you know, with moms, children, and men too, you know. So I just, that's just that's a pet peeve of mine. You know, it's just, I hate the judgmental thing. Why you got that mask on? Mind your damn business. That's what I could tell you. Mind your business. Why does this mask bother you? If it does, move. Get out of my sight.
Get away from me. Exactly.
You know, like, and I was waiting for someone to say something to me at the airport, like, oh, don't you think you're doing a little too much? I was waiting, but no one said anything because I had a mask and then I had the plastic shield here and it was tinted. But you know, you're on the airplane, you're so close. And let me tell you something. I think one thing people don't understand, all of the stuff that we're doing, we've been doing. A lot of us been doing. So like before we get on the plane, we had a little wipes and we wiping stuff down. I always do that. And people used to tease me. So now
you really got
now they want, now it's mandatory to do those things. We should have been doing it anyway. You know, but I don't like that judging stuff. You know, I just think it's you know, let's let up on that. Let people, you know, I'm not saying, you know, if someone's out here and they're sneezing and spitting on you, yeah, that's disrespectful. They should be handled accordingly, because you don't do that. You shouldn't do that, period. COVID or non-COVID, you should not be doing that. You know, but don't judge people because they want to wear a mask or they don't. I mean, if they don't and you feel uncomfortable, I wouldn't even, like me, I feel uncomfortable, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going to go and then complain the whole time. That's so crazy, you know. But you know, that's my opinion. You know, I know people are like, whatever, but you know, I just, that's just how I feel. You know, I feel like we need to stop judging each other and just, you know, do what's best for you and your family. You know what's best for you, so do what's best for you.
You know your health conditions. You know what you're dealing with. Terry and I was just talking about that, because I did stop wearing a mask for a little minute, like Wendy said, when things had kind of let up. But I'm back to it again. And he was like, I think about it every day, but I'm not quite there to where I'm wearing it all the time. You know, but he was like, you know, our son works with him and he was like, he wears his mask all day. I was like, well, yeah, you know, he's got pregnant, you know, girlfriend at home. You know, he has to be careful. I mean, Terry has to be careful too. But like you said, allowing people time to kind of think about it, process it, you know, make the best decision, be as safe as possible. Try to protect others, protect yourself, and let's just keep, stay knowledge and not
knowledgeable.
Knowledge.
Or knowledgeable. Or You know, and yes, research. Don't research. You know, I'm a person. I don't care what degree or what position you hold. I'm still going to research if I don't feel that that's the right information. I'm still going to look into it and see. I mean, yes. You practice medicine, but guess what? I can go in and look at the information and just make sure that it's right for me. I'm not knocking you and who you are in your profession. I'm just saying, for me, it's got to be right for me. And I think we think because certain people have a degree or certain people in certain positions that we should just listen to what they say or obey. But you gotta, and I'm not saying go out here and see, because a lot of people take what you say out of content. I'm not saying go out here and just be like, oh, F this, F that. What I'm saying is, let's be smart. Let's not follow let's research. Let's make sure, as we can see within this last year, so much stuff has come out about history that's been hidden that we didn't even know. And we're finding out now. So that's all I'm saying. Just make sure you research your information before you start judging or jumping to conclusions. Make sure you know what you're talking about first, because for a long time we didn't even know our history for real. We just finding a lot out really within the past year. So that should tell you something.
So with the mask, right? One of the biggest places that I think I wear my mask and I kind of wipe other than the airport is the grocery store.
Yes.
So with the grocery store, I have a question. What's for dinner? Y'all, What are y'all cooking? Like, I don't want to cook. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to buy anything. What? How do you guys feel about what's for dinner, y'all?
Exactly. What
To
are y'all
be
eating?
honest, I don't even cook like that anymore. I used to cook, but it's just me and my son here, and I don't know. I don't know if y'all think y'all would think I'm doing the wrong thing or whatever. I don't care. But anyway, so he's always eaten out. You know what I'm saying? He's been eating out like probably the past 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I'll go pick up his dinner and stuff like that because he's real finicky and funny about certain things. He's a little bit different than the way that I raised the girls, I guess you could say. They all grew up in the same household, but it has been a little bit different with my son. But other than that, I can just grab a bite, here and there. If I do cook something, he's not gonna really eat it because he's on something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, like he eat pizza, stuff like pizza and chicken and different things like that. That easy for me to just go buy it. So I'm not into cooking nothing and having a bunch of stuff, in the refrigerator or whatnot. And this and that. But if I need to cook,
What you
I'll cook
cooking,
something
sis?
small. But I'm not cooking anything today.
I try. Like I really do try. It's in like, dang, I need to provide my kid with something nutritious other than chicken nuggets, as he calls it. Like I need
Chicken nuggets.
like I need to feed. I'm pretty sure. But it's gotten to the point too, or like Gene, with us working, with both of us working, I'll be like, I'll cook tonight, and he'll be like, oh, you don't have to. Oh, okay. Well, you ain't. Listen. Don't. You don't have to tell me twice. But I can
Wait a minute. What is he going to get? Like, what is he picking up? What's his go-to? Because we like to eat.
Right. So my thing is, if I do cook, I can never go wrong with breakfast food, no matter the time of day, or I can never go wrong with tacos. Never.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And that's one of the things like we enjoy, so it's fine. Dean will be like, we can have tacos 3 times in a row, and everybody will be happy. We'll just change up our little toppings. Okay, today we don't want sour cream. All right, today somebody want jalapenos. Like that. That's it. But but then we do have times, and Gene, I'm like, Gene, I want something good to eat, and he's like, you want a steak? Yes, sir. Please, a ribeye, medium rare, with a loaded baked potato and a Caesar salad, please. Like we got but I try. I've been trying my best. Like I would like to cook more often, but I just don't have it in me. I'm exhausted. I think everybody's sort of tapped out right now, though. Like we have been going through this pandemic for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Mentally, everybody is tapped. Like people are trying to they thought they were getting back into some type of routine, and now you're not. Like mentally, everybody is like you don't have it in you to cook anymore.
Yeah,
that's true.
But then
and
again,
to be honest, I hate going to the grocery store because you stuck in those long lines and it's just too much sometimes. I'm not doing that.
But then again, you don't have the patience either because I
right.
Like I'm sitting here trying to go to McDonald's the other day, and then they have a sign that said closed due to shortage. So it's so your face is everybody is. When I tell you, and it's back to tapping on what Shaniqua said, my thing is just be kind. Everybody's struggling right now, and everybody's struggling in different ways, and everybody shows it in different ways. Some people show it, unfortunately, by the lashing out on people who are wearing masks. Some people show it by lashing out people who aren't wearing masks. It's so unfortunate because you never know when somebody's breaking point is or what has led them to be at the point where they are now,
Right.
And so I don't think it's super tough. Like, with my son, I just try to keep snacks in the house. If I can keep snacks in the house and stuff like that, but really not cooking anymore. You just don't feel like it. You don't feel like it. You got 80,000 other things to worry about on top of all day listening to several different outlets tell you and overwhelm you with all these statistics about COVID, and you're trying to do what's best for your family, which I'm sure everybody's trying to do. And so if I don't have to cook, I'm not going to add that on because why? Once I grocery shop, I gotta come home and prep the food. Then I gotta come home and cook the food. Then I gotta come home and clean the kitchen. Oh no, don't worry about
it. That's true. That is true.
You want chicken nuggets? Mommy gonna eat chicken nuggets too.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm not doing it. And half the time I'm not even hungry. It depending on if I have all I want is some wine. So I'm gonna get wine. You're gonna get chicken nuggets, and everybody gonna be fine.
That's true. I mean, my appetite has completely changed. I don't know if it's I mean, Niqua, I don't know if it's these little guys right
Yes,
here.
we're
I
taking
mean,
those. Yeah,
What is
I'm
that?
down to like
Oh, I want to
it's
try
goalie.
those.
Goalie,
Yeah, so
go.
I take two. I mean, I'm not. This isn't like an ad or anything, but
Oh,
I
okay.
take 2 of the apple cider vinegar
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That like
daily.
curb your appetite or something?
It
Yeah.
does. It
Yes,
does.
I've
Okay.
And
seen
then I
both of
take the
those. So do you notice a difference?
which
Mm-hmm.
yes, Niqua started taking it too. A friend of mine in New York introduced me, well, referred, them to me. I had seen them before,
Mhm.
but I don't know if it's those or I don't know what it is. I just know that I'm not really hungry. I don't
Okay.
know if it's, before COVID, we sit and watch an Instagram and those documentaries talking about, all the food and how it's being, processed
Yeah.
and made. And you're just like, ugh. So
Turn
it's
off.
just, I don't know. It just seems like it's everything. And I felt bad in the beginning because I was the one going through the food transition, trying to
Mhm.
eat healthier, trying to stay away from those dangerous foods. And
Right.
I was like speaking to the kids about it and speaking to Terry about it. But now it's to the point where we're all like that, and I'm
Right.
just like cooking a meat item, like no sides. Like, y'all, it
Yeah.
is roast downstairs. Like there is no side. Get you some roast and something to drink. But and everybody's fine with that. But I mean, I just wonder what you ladies have going on too, because it's just when I think about how I used to be with the full course meal and the treat afterwards and and cleaning the routine is just completely different now. Completely different.
Yeah.
It's
Well, like you
exhausting.
said, Toy, I don't eat like I used to. So
Yeah.
I eat small portions, but
Right.
that's just because I don't know. I think I snack a lot too.
Yeah.
I'll snack and eat smaller portions, but I hate grocery shopping like Wendy said. I hate it. I never liked it. There's a food shortage, so it's
It is
like
when you go in there, stuff is missing.
so it's
Or
like
either
then,
it's sky high. It was some
yeah,
green peppers and onions in a little container like this, $5.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm
outrageous.
lazy and I don't want to cut them up, so I wanted to get it. But I saw that $5. I was like, $5?
I know just for that little thing. And then on top of it, I cook and then it sits in the refrigerator for a week. No one eats it.
There you
No
go.
one leftovers. I'm like, what the hell
Exactly.
am I wasting all this damn food sitting in here and then throwing it out?
Yep.
So,
Right.
so it's almost as if you might as well just do day to day.
Yeah, so we day to day. So
That's
the
what
consensus
we do.
is we might cook, once or twice a week, but the consensus is chicken nuggets,
Yep.
Chick-fil-A,
Yep.
pizza.
Yep.
Make sure you got snacks in the house, healthy drink, healthy
Mhm.
snacks, not like a bunch of junk food. I mean, it is what it is,
Right.
but
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah. So we're not alone because I was feeling bad. I called Toya like, is it just me or am I just is something wrong here?
We be like, what you cooking today? And I be like, girl, we having tacos up. Girl, I'm gonna create something. She be like, that sounds
Right.
good. I'm gonna go try to, like this is an everyday thing.
I know.
We trying to figure it out. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not the only one. So now I'm
Yeah.
gonna start calling you. I'm gonna start texting you like, what are y'all eating for dinner?
That needs
so
to be
terrible.
a JourneyRight topic. Like,
Yeah.
if it's not, maybe a menu. Each one of us come up with some sort of,
Right.
suggested menu for the week.
Or a theme menu.
It's terrible.
theme.
It's so terrible because too. I remember, I grew up. My mom cooked every day, and especially on Sundays. That was when we was getting. And I'm like, she called me like, "What you cooking, girl?" The other day she called me. She told me she made crab cakes and shrimp and all these other things. And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds great." And she said, "What y'all eat for dinner?" I said, "Do you have chicken nuggets?" And she just like, she laughs and stuff. But
and I got this bottle of wine.
Listen, I got a bottle of wine. Lo had some oatmeal. Like, it's just not, and if Gene, especially Gene, if Gene doesn't say, if he's not pressed for dinner, I'm not going. Like I said, it's just too time consuming. Everybody's already too spent. Like, I'm gonna have to spend an hour in this kitchen for us to eat in 10 minutes, and then got to spend another hour to clean it up. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not able. I'm not able right now. Like, it's just not what I want to do.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Then you gotta bathe and then put the kids to bed.
The main part is the worst.
Yeah.
The main part is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel too bad then, because I
A go
literally thought I
to
was the only one
a
that had
quick
my
go
kids
to
not eating.
is an air fryer, and
Yes.
then Sprouts
For the
That's
over
nuggets.
by you said like I
Yes,
plan
yep.
my trip to Sprouts once a week, and I get like 4 pounds of chicken wings because they'll give me the flats only,
yes,
and that's
yes,
like 1 or 2 meals per week. Is
yep,
Sprouts for the air fryer. So in
yep.
case y'all looking for something that's
Yes.
quick, the air
That air
fryer is
fryer.
like
Yep.
Yep.
15 minutes on 400,
Yep.
and
Right.
they're really good.
And it's
So.
it's the best on chicken nuggets, Sid, because that's what I feed Bianca. And she loved it. She like dino nuggets. Okay.
Every
FYI dino
day.
nuggets.
Every day, he wake up in the morning. I'll be like, "You hungry? Yes. What you want? Chicken wool? Yeah." I'll be okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna. We'll eat cereal and then we'll get chicken nuggets later. And that, like, I feel bad. Listen, I'm to the point now. Like before, I wasn't a big reward programs person. I didn't download PDQ, Chick-fil-A, and McDonald's app on my phone. And I can guarantee you, as
Yeah.
many times as
Yep,
I get
me
it,
too.
as I go every week, he get free chicken nuggets every week now because
Yeah.
it's just
Oh yeah. I
I
do.
Yeah.
it
I do the
is.
same
It
thing with
adds up.
Chick-fil-A.
Get you guys rewards and fuel rewards.
Yes.
Download your fuel rewards. I would hear Get Upside. I don't know if you guys have Get Upside, but I would hear that on the radio and I'd be like, what the hell is Get Upside?
Yes,
So I
right.
downloaded it and I probably got back like $50, $60 that I
Oh,
use with either Amazon or PayPal, because every
Mm-hmm.
week what I do is I use my fuel rewards for Shell, which is like 15 cents off,
Mm-hmm.
for 20 gallons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can double up on the reward and use the Get Upside too. So you get the discounted at the pump and then you get the refund and the Get Upside that you could download later. I don't know, any way to like save money. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
we have I think it's Kroger here will do that. You get the points, a certain amount of points each month, depending on how much you spend
Yes.
there, and then
Yes.
you can use that. But the problem is I don't put Kroger gas in my car, so
Yeah.
it doesn't work
Now
for
you have to
me.
be careful. Yeah, wherever you take it. So luckily Shell participate, it's both. But
Yeah.
same thing. I went to BP the other day and my truck was shit, y'all. I went to back the truck up and I hit the gas. That truck was like, oh, the BP gas. I was like, oh, we are definitely no. Well, it was the first time. No disrespect to BP. Like I thought they was cool. Maybe it was just the one I went to, but yeah, we got to be careful what gas stations that you're using. Be very
right.
careful and
And be
get your
careful
points.
when you go get your gas. If the guy is there putting gas in, don't put gas in. Go somewhere else. Because what happens is you're gonna get the last gook of that bottom
Right.
gas while they're
Mm.
putting the new gas on top. So if you
Well,
see they
that makes
coming, the gas truck coming and putting the gas, go to another because you're gonna get all the crap at the bottom.
yep,
Oh,
that
that's a
makes
good
sense.
tip. Oh, I ain't never
Hmm.
think to do that. That might have been what happened to me.
Hmm.
Oh,
People
all
don't know that.
right.
My dad told me that. He always told me be careful because end up getting all the crap that's at the bottom
Yeah.
in the car because they're putting the new stuff that's coming in. So
And
Right.
I think another one was get your gas like early in the morning or late in the evening when it's cooler.
mhm.
Like it's supposed to be better like when you get the gas when it's cooler or something like that versus like middle of the day when it's hot. But I don't know. So
Another thing too, they're saying when you pump gas, wear a glove
yes,
because they're
Yeah.
saying that the germs on that pump is ridiculous.
spreading.
Like that hand sanitizer is not going to work. You got to physically scrub your hands, but to put a
Right.
glove on when you're pumping the gas. So
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
and that,
something
I
else.
actually have been sort of doing that lately. Like, or I keep paper towels in the car to grab,
Hmm.
or to just avoid touching all
I
that
got
stuff.
wet alcohol
It
wipes
makes
and
sense.
spray.
But you're thinking like we live in Florida. Like if anybody touches anything, this heat kills everything. But I don't know. You just don't know. So I've been doing that. I find myself doing that lately. I'm just being more cautious and
More
more
cautious. More
Yeah,
cautious. Yeah.
that's true.
What's the report out
Yeah,
about it? So.
we got it. We just got to be. I guess as moms, you got to think about everything, don't we?
Yes. Every
literally
single thing. Every single
everything.
thing.
Another question I want to ask: Do you think your intuition is more on 20 now that you're a mom? Like your intuition is like on 20, like you pick up on stuff, you could see it before it happens more so now as a mom.
I
Well,
do. Wendy, what's your take on that?
I mean, I do feel that way. I do feel like I see things more. I'm more cautious about different things that's going on, that's happening, and I even feel like I know what's going to happen, before it happens. I've always,
Yeah.
had a strong intuition anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I did too, but it's like, so like, if I know something's wrong with one of the kids, and then I get a phone call, and it's like, Mom, and so I'm like, what's
Yeah,
up? You know what I mean? But I
right.
felt it before I got the call. Or
Yeah.
I know
Mm-hmm.
something's not right, and I'll send a message and say, hey, how's everything going, or whatever,
Right.
because I just have this feeling. So I don't know. I just know this has been a little bit more so,
It is.
Yeah.
um,
It is
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, yeah, and for me personally, recently I didn't know if it's like more so intuition or paranoia, because like now having your kids too brings on like a different level of anxiety and things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren, excuse me, ma'am, hold on. It brings on a different level of
This is
anxiety,
real live right
and
now.
so you
real
don't,
life.
yeah, so you don't know.
Real
Like,
real
oh
live
wow,
mom link up.
I couldn't tell. Hey, calm down. You fine? Okay. All right. So I couldn't tell like whether or not, like, am I just being paranoid or is it something really wrong? You know?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. And I'm still trying to I still sort of can't tell sometimes because I'm just like always find myself a little nervous, a little anxious, especially when it comes to my kids and things. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, it's
true.
just the
That's
medium
true.
that you're in and you're going to
Yeah.
be in for a while
Yeah.
until they
So,
get to be, young adults. And that's where I am, because my daughter is 22 now. And it's like I have to kind of scale back with
Hmm.
my paranoia and I have to kind of be patient with my intuition,
Hmm.
and just kind of let things kind of do what
yeah.
they do.
Right.
Of course, I'm very vocal and I, share my opinion and I try
Uh-oh.
Hello?
She froze.
on what they can do to just kind of save them some sorrow. But just finding that happy medium,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
be in this space for a good little 18, 19, 20 years where you just
Ugh.
paranoid, you just constantly paranoid, you constantly thinking about them, you constantly fixing things, and then it's going to shift and they're going to be like, I
Mhm.
got this, and you're going to have to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yes. And just kind of
Okay,
like,
you
just
you know
kind of
you got
watch.
this, and they've got a lot, they've got a lot,
They do. One thing I can
just
say about
stand by, that's
the
where I am.
children,
I'm like, I'm on standby.
I think the children are. I'm loving the fearlessness of them, of the children now, like coming up. They're like, they're more.
Oh,
I don't know. Me, I was more. I thought about it, then did it, and I think a lot of the kids they just do it, and then I'm like, see, it worked out. So
Well, that's
yeah.
I think too. It helps that we're in like it's a blessing and a curse that we're in such accepting times. So I think that makes them more confident in the things that they do and how they choose to
yeah,
move. Like
yeah,
we are in very accepting times right now. And if you're not accepting of something or something, you're gonna you're gonna get canceled, shamed, all those
It's
other
the
things
cancel
that you have
culture.
to do.
They coming.
Lord have mercy. I don't know what it is, and I'm so glad. I go on social media, and I'm glad I think of social media as a form of entertainment, and that's not something I just I feel the need to comment and post on and things, because I feel like too a lot of my thinking is still very old school. So when things come up
Yeah.
or people say stuff, and that's just because of course how I was raised, but when people say certain things or you see something, I'm like, what is that? Like, whoa, that to me, I'm
Right.
still like not as woke as everybody thinks, and I'm still like, not sure about that, but okay, like that's your
Right.
business. That don't have nothing to do with me. So I'm going to not address it. Like, that's your business. So that's how I just sort of treat things. But I think definitely them being accepting has created a confidence in them to just be able to do what they want.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I agree.
agree.
I agree.
Yeah. And they can be, like you said, it's a gift and a curse because some of them are taking it and they're very successful and they're very happy
Right.
Hmm.
and they don't feel some of the pressures that we felt.
Right.
growing up, a lot of the expectations that was placed on us, and hiding certain parts of you because it
Right.
wasn't accepted. I mean,
Mhm.
it's but then it's like pump
Mhm.
your brakes. Don't respond like that, or be careful. Don't be. It's like it's a gift and a curse. So we're
It's
It
taking
is.
it to guide them
It
with
is.
our own ways.
You got you got to think too. This world is cruel, and people in this world say some crazy stuff. So it's like
They do.
they have to have that thick skin to
They
defend
do, and
themselves.
they do. I'm telling you, my daughter, she doesn't play for nothing. You
My-
hear me? And I'm just like, and I know Desi the same way. I'm just like, wait,
I
wait.
know a lot
like
of times I find myself like, oh wait, okay, let's hold on. Okay, we got this. Let's calm down. 'Cause if I let her go, she woo.
We
So
be in a restaurant. A lot of be like, I don't know who she thinks she looking at like that. Like I don't know. Like, lady, this is my napkin. Like I don't. And I'm just like,
yeah, like bro, what did I? I'm over here like, what did I miss? Like she didn't look at you that type of way. Like that didn't happen.
Right.
Like why did you just internalize that way? Like what's wrong? Then here I am like, oh, we need to talk about it. Like that didn't happen that way. But it's amazing. I'm all for I'm all for everybody
I
being who
love
they
it.
want to be and becoming who they are. I absolutely love that. It's like you said, you just have the it's a curse because some people just they're using this accepting moments or accepting space that we have right now for clout, not really good things like that, and that's when it sort of is just like, all right, that's a bit much. I'm not going to say anything. I'm gonna just watch, but that's your business.
right, right,
So,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I agree. Some people just take it too far. They just like, dang.
like we're in a social media era too, so everybody wants to be viral. Everybody wants to be famous.
Right,
And so if I
exactly.
can do anything or say anything at this moment where everybody's being accepted, then I'm going to do it, put myself out. And that's not really like, that's like, oh, okay. That's where, that's what I
Yeah,
struggle with when it comes to social media sometimes. So,
Agree. Agree.
agree.
100%.
Yes.
I don't know why this just kind of popped up. It was a big issue for me last year with just protecting ourselves. I guess since we're talking about being fierce and being bold and all that stuff. But where are you guys with maybe gun safety or owning guns or learning how to shoot or protecting yourself? Like where are you guys at with that topic?
I am all for it.
I am
I'm
too.
all for it. That is definitely something that I continue to talk to you, Toya, about. I am here for it. I'm here for the protect yourself, protect your family.
Yes.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot of sketchiness going on
It
too.
is.
And at the end of the day, like I will do absolutely anything to protect my family and my I think my pullback from guns right now is just my son. Like
Yeah.
we live in an apartment. He knows every piece of this house. I didn't even know he knew some of these things. Like he looked
Yeah.
up the other day in the closet. It was like, Ma, the box, and I'm looking like, well, why did you notice that? Like, like so for me,
Yeah.
that's my drawback from actually having one in the house is because he's so curious right now, and he will
Yeah.
do whatever he has to do. He will climb 17 dressers and use 16 hangers to put something together to get
Wow.
whatever he needs. So I'm like, that, but I am all for it. I'm all for it. I want to learn. I want to own. I want to purchase. I want to have one in my home in the future. I am all for gun safety.
I think we should do a trip to the gun range.
I am
We should.
down.
I think that should be
I'm
one of our
ready.
next. We should add that to the list.
Yes.
Yeah, and do the gun range.
We
Yeah,
should.
take lots of
Make it
pictures
a
so I can
regular
see.
thing.
That's funny because I'll be at work with some of the guys, and I'll be like, "Look, let's go to the gun range and shoot out."
Yeah.
But we just, we always joking around, but I'd be really for real. But
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
anybody I can just go to the gun range with. But you, Toya, but we should all make a little trip to do that.
We're all down. Listen, I'm down.
Yeah,
Blood
let's
the
do
place
it.
up. I'm down for it. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I agree. I think that it's some people will disagree with me. I think it's important that we be able to protect ourselves because let me tell you something, everybody else is. And, people are
Yes.
crazy out here. There's a lot of people that feel like they can test you. And see, one thing is your home is your sacred place. That's your peace.
Right.
And that's why I don't like a lot of people coming to my house and know where I live because people are shady. And I'm real big on aura and energy and all that in my home. I don't, so for me, yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I even looked into, like what Sid said, I looked into, those safes that have the fingerprint
Yeah.
things and stuff like that, like different options. Because I mean, I still have a 10-year-old here and I'm still a little, you know what I'm saying? Even though I work from home and I'm home most of the time, but you just never know. Like now
Yeah.
I'm in my office with the door closed. I'm not really paying attention.
Right.
So, that's one of my things, but I definitely think that everyone should be comfortable with holding
Yeah.
a gun,
Mhm.
how to shoot, aim, because you never know when you're in that moment. You don't want to be like, "Ah," you know what I'm
Know the
saying?
deal. You know the vibes over here.
Yes.
And the training, it's in the back of your mind when
Right,
you go through the training and you
right.
ready. You ready.
You need to
You
be
don't want
prepared
that.
up in here because ain't nobody
Right.
got time to be, "Ah," you
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's pick it up, lock, look here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of thing. But I just think it's important for us to be able to, and women, I think it's
Yeah.
important because let me tell you something, we are the most disrespectful species out here. Men putting hands. I mean, it's crazy. Like I fear for the females now that are coming up in this dating world because these men are out here wilding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just pick on the men because there are women that are
Yeah.
wilding out as well.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm saying as far as females, minority females, okay, I don't feel like we're getting the same type of respect. And so I feel like we're always having to carry this burden of being protected because I've been seeing times where the man standing back here and the woman is doing all the, you know,
Rah rah.
protecting.
Right.
Yeah.
And he back
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
so I think it's important for you to have that confidence, be able to protect your own because you never know. And I know when before, with my ex-husband or whatever, he wanted me to be able to hold the gun in case he couldn't get to it,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be, or in an instance like how Toya was, her and Terry, he went one way, she went another. They had to go, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
but you have to, it's gotta, and another thing too, I would say, like with fire drills, I think you should have a plan on what to
Yeah.
do when that happens.
Yeah.
So you know
Absolutely.
exactly, and you just react. There's no hey or wait, because sometimes you can't talk. So what's the plan? Just like an escape plan, like if there was a fire in the home. You know,
Absolutely. And
like
I think if people, one reason you have your firearm is in the home is obviously to protect your home in case something goes down in the house. But if you guys aren't comfortable having your firearm in the house right now, you can always get a lockbox like at the bank, and put it in the what the heck do they call them? Just like the security boxes
The
at the bank,
safe.
the safes. Or you can just rent, when you go to the gun range so that you can at least learn, and sometimes you want to go and try different firearms because they're so different and you want to make sure, what you invest in and what you purchase actually works for you. Because the gun one of the guns that I have, loading it is difficult. It's hard. So I had to go purchase a loader. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Nico today. I'm like, I went and got one and it didn't fit. So I went back and got another one. And it's just like trying to figure it out so that firearm works for you. Another thing I'm going to mention, Nico said, we might as well go ahead and make sure we're protecting ourselves because everybody else is, and they are. I mean, it may not be the topic of discussion. I know last year we talked about a lot of Black women, going and getting training and things like that. But I went in academy today and they were wiped out of certain things. I mean, completely cleared out of certain ammunition, certain loaders, all types of stuff. So people are doing what they got to do behind the scenes. So I just want to bring attention and, encourage you guys to, while we have our happy hour and, our field trips that we'd like to take, that we can also do, responsible trips and learn how to protect ourselves with guns and, maybe go take like a, self-defense class.
Yeah.
That was something we had that we were right in the midst of COVID that we wanted to
Yeah.
offer to you guys that we got to look back into. But it's super important because you never, ever, ever know when
And
it is going to happen.
that's so true. And something it's so funny. I literally think to all the time, like the only thing that is stopping somebody, even though this is the comfort of my home and this is my space, the only thing that's stopping someone from coming in is a door. Like
That's it.
that for me, that's so crazy. Like a door, just a door.
It's
And
a
yeah, it's
door.
supposed to be like, a heavy duty or something. But in all honesty, unless you put the door there yourself, it's not, and I'm in an
Yeah.
apartment complex and things like that. So like, it's just a door. Like, I feel like and it just has a single lock and we are trying to put additional locks on it because of Duke now, but
Right.
there's more security at hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those doors in hotel, they're that much, thicker. And that's, and I understand that too, because those places are responsible for your safety there. Like here, even though they put the door up on here, they don't care. At the end, it's just a door. They did what they had to do in order to build the structure. Like that, like I think about that. That was one, it's so funny. Like I think about, I internalize a lot, and especially since having my second child, I'm just like, why am I thinking about that? But I literally sat the other day and was looking like, that is just a piece of door. Like that's
It's
nothing.
just a door.
Yeah.
And lock
Like,
it. Lock your
stop
door.
somebody from
Lock
coming in my
it.
house. Like
Yes.
a little door? Like that doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So yeah.
Make sure your locks are on, guys. That was our situation.
Right.
We have a door. The door was shut. This is our shit.
Right.
And
right.
it wasn't locked. So the person, and you don't know if the person has a mental issue or in our case, if you're on drugs or,
doesn't matter.
Drunk. Yeah. So lock your doors.
Listen, she did. All I can say is homegirl was lucky. That's all I can say.
She is so lucky because I was.
She went in the wrong house. It would have been something different.
And I was always taught that if you have to bring out your gun, you have to use it.
You have to use it.
I gotta bring out my gun. I gotta use it because at this point I am feeling that threatened that my life is in danger, my family's in danger, and I gotta make a decision. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta use it. So she was.
I would highly recommend. I don't want to promote, murdering people or killing people, but I would highly promote, if you gotta go and get it, you got to use it.
You have to use it, right? Because that's going to be my last option. That's your last option. You do all the things, you call the cops, you do all the things you need to do. But in that moment, if I have to grab that, then that's it. Like, and there's no looking back. That's the So definitely lucky. I'm glad it worked out how it did in your favor, of course.
Me too. But when you think back,
it's just like
she's lucky. I think if she had made one sudden move, that would have been it. You know what I mean? So,
one.
I think she kind of realized when she saw what was popping off that she was like, okay, I better not move.
Right.
I think kind of exactly. And I've told Toya this before, I commend her composure in trying to, her and Terry, they was in sync, it was like boom, boom, boom. And that's what I was saying, have those conversations with your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And, and have those conversations and say, if this ever happened, what would be the move? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a move. And then if you have kids, who grabbing the kids and who doing what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even to the point where, okay, if it goes down, where are we meeting at? Because if something happened, we gotta all meet somewhere. It's just a lot of things that you just, and I just think stuff like that. People be like, why you think like? Because you got to think of everything possible to make sure that you protect yourself.
This world has shown us like these times are so different. And I always try to think, like, when I see things on the news and stuff, I'm like, was this going on when I was growing up and I was just not old enough to understand, or was I oblivious to it? Or is times right now just so crazy, so I don't know. I just don't know. But you have to think literally about every single piece. That's why I said, that's why, and it's super hard. I always tell my mom, like, I was joking with her the other day, what they say about, was it Britney Spears in 2008 when she was bald head? Listen, I get it. I get it because you think like now that I'm a mom and stuff, my mind is going in the middle of a pandemic. Like everything is going. I'm 2 seconds away from shaving off this shit off. I don't care. Excuse me. Like that's the way. Like it's crazy because you just think you want so much for yourself, your family, but you have to think about that, and it's just exhausting.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
it
exhausting.
is.
It is. It's overwhelming and it is exhausting. Like to just sit here and try to think about all the things I need to do, and every day is Lord knows, I always say, able to get home, get out, do the things you need to do, and get back home now. Because there's so many things you see on the news going on, and it could be
Yeah.
easily you just that quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is, but it is what it is. It's reality. It's reality. So,
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, hey,
Wow.
I mean,
What are we doing to curb it? Like, what are some of the things? What are some of your coping mechanisms? Like, what are some of the things that you're doing to, enjoy your days? Wendy, I know you be out eating. Y'all go to lunch. What's some of the cool things that what are you doing to kind of get you through the day to brighten your day? Cup of coffee, or
you see me eating out all the time, of course. I'll be trying to get off work so I can go eat. I know it sounds crazy, but that's kind of like a highlight for me, really, because, it's not, to me, I feel like it's not enough time in the day sometimes for me, because I go from one job to the next. I work overnight. I get off at 9:30 in the morning. I'm rushing home to get a quick shower, throw my clothes on, and go to the next job by 10:30 if I need, And so it's crazy. But then I'm like ready to get off so I can go and live life. No, I mean, you just try to get it in. I don't want life to pass me by, so I'm out doing my thing, whatever there may be.
Live it, like as Toy said, live in the moment, right? Live in the moment.
In the moment. Like, okay, let's go there. Let's go do
Don't
this thing
live
real
this
quick. It might
moment
take
right
an hour,
here.
an hour and a half or so.
Exactly. Because we gonna live in this moment right here.
And
Right.
right here,
That is
here,
it.
like,
I live for today.
don't let it pass you by. Don't wait too long. And Wendy,
Right.
I was working the same way. I would even leave a job early sometimes just to get to the next job. And I think, and I still made time to travel or to try to find a way to kind of live life. And people was like, "Do you work? You always traveling. Like you're always in another
Right.
city." But what I did was on the weekends, I was out. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, I'm like,
Right.
"All right, we're going to Orlando. We're gonna go to and then come on back and then get it in."
Oh, I make do because I mean my schedules are like I'm probably off on the weekends or something like that, but I try to make take one of the days off and just have a 3-day weekend or just work your schedule around trying to live life. And I make it happen. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna have my fun.
Yes,
So
I love
you
it.
do what you have to do. Yeah. That's it. And
You got
I'm
to.
in the house, and I mean, this is completely different for me. Being in the house all day. I'm gonna just be 100% real. Like I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna go to Starbucks and UPS, and I'm gonna drive to the south side and go to Sprouts. Like I literally am trying to figure out how to get through the day, and have things to kind of do and moments of I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna have a coffee. But it's crazy because all the things that I used to fantasize about when I was working, I actually have time to do it and I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not working out. And I used to think, damn, them ladies it must be nice to be, so successful and rich to just be home all day and work out and wear yoga pants, but I'm kind of stuck, mentally. I was telling Sydney, I think a couple happy hours back, you were talking about going to the beach and doing like yoga and meditation and breathing. And, I'm at home, I'm not being stressed out by anybody at work, really. But I am just looking for outlets like that to just kind of to just feel peaceful and to feel,
Yeah.
connected with other people and connected with myself. So, I'm down for
Yes.
any, yoga, stretching, beach,
Right.
breathing.
Listen, and I'm starting to think we just gonna have to create that on my own, because the one lady that I was looking at, due to the Delta variant now, like people are starting to go back into shutdown mode. They're not wanting to do
Wow.
any things. And so the one lady that I, was thinking about that we could all go to right now, she just stopped having classes and everything's virtual. And it's just like, no, that's not what I want. I'm trying to get out the house.
I
Like
Yeah.
I
know.
don't want to be sitting in my house breathing, because I can guarantee you with these two kids, I'm not going to be able to breathe no way. So I'm just like, no, I need to get out and I need to do things. And I literally told somebody today, like, I think right now, I think everybody's on autopilot. And what I mean by that is, you can still function, you still doing the things you're normally doing, but it's just without effort. I don't, am I like I'm present, but I'm not present, and I'm not sure
Right.
if it makes sense. Like, I can
No.
go to work and I can do my job with my eyes closed. I know I'm gonna come home and I can tend to my kids. I can't. I gotta watch Duke, but I can tend to my kids with my eyes closed. Like I'm in autopilot. I just do whatever I continue to do what I have to do and what needs to get done, and it is what it is. Like it, and as long as it gets done, nobody bats their eye. Oh, Sydney,
Right.
okay, Sydney's still cleaning, Sydney's still working, things are getting done. But it's just like, this is terrible. Like, this is awful. Like, this is not what I recommend for anybody. Like I literally sit here. Like I said, sat here and thought about my door. I sat here and thought, like, we are going through the middle of it. We're living in a pandemic. What is this? Like, what? How? What? How?
Mhm.
Like,
How did this happen?
why did this happen?
Right.
Why are we going through this? How long is this going to last? Like,
Exactly.
and then that just works you up and makes you even more anxious. But I literally am just like going like nuts to think about, like, we are going to be able to tell our grandkids in our one day, because my kids aren't going to remember it. Like, you don't remember we was in the house for 3 years? Like,
Yes, like
you don't remember? Like, they're going to grow, like, Lo grows up and she's going to think masks are normal. And when we finally do take off masks, she's going to be looking at people like, oh, you got a mouth. Like, oh, that's what that is. What's under those masks?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're living like. And it's just, I'm still just in shock about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not processing things. I sometimes feel like I'm living in a movie or something right now. Like, this is not life. This is not what we're supposed to do,
Right.
It's insane.
It
Well,
is very interesting.
I
that's some
think
of the,
everybody is going through that same thing.
Yes.
You just wonder, like, what the future is going to be like. Like, what do we have to look forward to? Like,
What do you have to look forward to?
how is it going to be? The next six months to a year.
Right.
Just period. Even with little kids. Like, what are we doing here? What do we have to really seriously look forward to?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
agree
like,
100%. And
Everybody.
today, finding out about the potential war. I mean, what do y'all think about that? Like,
I can't process that right now.
I could, like, I got it on in the house, but I'm just like, I cannot understand us going to war.
I can't process it.
I mean, you know what? I hate to say this, but I'm not surprised because of what happened prior to now. If just by all of the stuff that I think what happened was all this stuff started to build up and it just pretty much exploded towards the end. And we are at the explosion part of everything that could have happened. Pandemic, war, no food, shipments are low, people are running out of stuff, low staff, people not wanting to go back into the office. What did you say, Toy? Climate. Okay. I mean, all of these things. And I think now the difference between when we were younger and to now, we didn't have social media. So it took a minute before the message came across to you. So if you lived in New York or LA or Florida, you got the information at different times because we didn't have the social media outlet. Now it's in real time. So we can see what's going on in Afghanistan, New York, LA, and Virginia at the same time.
Yeah.
And so when you get overwhelmed with that, you're like, what the heck are we going through? What is going on? And so I know one thing that I found out is that the governors are the ones that really run the ship. And it starts from the local level on up.
Yep.
when it comes to certain things. So
Yep.
that's one thing I've learned. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the real estate market has been horrendous because people are realizing, hey, I don't have to stay in this state because I'm working from home. So I'm going to go move to a state that's more beneficial for me and mine because I don't want to live here. This is not really conducive for me, whether it's financially, whether it's whatever. And they're starting to move around. And so it's causing a lot of chaos in that sense in the real estate market. But it hurts the people that are
The
local
locals.
Right.
The locals.
because they can't afford it, and that you're not
Yes.
helping the locals, which is sad,
Yeah.
And so, I just think that social media pretty helps out with a lot of that, with us knowing so much all at one time. And then a lot of it, you got to figure out what's true and what's not true.
Yeah. Yep.
I have literally deleted all, like, it's gotten so bad. It got so bad with me that literally, like, even the pop-ups and stuff that were coming across, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
No notification.
I can no longer, like, view these anymore. I told Yahoo and News4 Jax, listen, if it's not the shade room, I'm not getting it. I'm done. I cannot, like, I can no longer, I can't keep, because it just makes you like, it's too much. And you think to yourself, like, what can I do? And you feel helpless. Like, I can't do anything. I really can't do anything. Like, yes, I feel bad. And I'm sitting here sulking for things that I feel like I can't do anything about personally. So,
right.
Oh, I'm done with the news. I'm done with it. I just, I'm not interested.
Well, the news, they control they control what, how do you say, the masses. So they put out what they want you to hear.
Yeah.
So for real, if you really want to know something, you got to go to the underground or, other social media outlets to really find out what's really going on. Because we don't really know.
It's just repetitive. It was funny because I've been having the news on in the house like all day, unless the kids go play the game or if they watch Netflix. Like the news is on, and one of the kids was like, "I think they keep playing the same thing over and over again," and I'm like, "That's exactly what they're doing."
Yeah.
Like,
they do.
Here, I think I saw this like 3 times, like already. I'm like, that's what they do.
That's
and
what
you know, they're going to give you some information, but if you really are trying to tune into the news, you really need to have several outlets and just kind of compare the information to get to the nitty-gritty.
And they're biased too, depending on what you watch. They're definitely biased. So it's like, so then you try to find something that's for you, but then when you do find something that's for you, it's still really not for you. You're still finding yourself battling like, wait, these supposed to be my people, and I still don't agree with what they say. So
that happens.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Speaking about social media and what people's perceptions are, what do you guys think about this whole mom snapback thing? Like putting the pressure on to be looking like, you didn't have a baby type of thing.
Terrible. It's fucking terrible. I hate it so much. I hate it.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
When you snap back from your pregnancy, you didn't put on your little pregnancy weight, and then all of a sudden you snap back, no waist, all that good stuff that everybody.
I wish.
Right, and it's actually terrible, but and that's another reason you sort of have to draw back a little bit, like. It would be nice, but then again, I think about the people who are really posting the snapbacks. Like, okay, you also have like, your millions of dollars and you're this and you're that and you're an entertainer. And I know you booked the appointment when you were 3 months pregnant to go see your doctor to make sure that you could look, and that's not for everybody. Let me not say that, because some women genuinely work out and some people just are able to do that. And like I said, with my son, I felt like I bounced back pretty well, but this time around I just didn't. And so I think the snapback thing is just terrible though, because it took you 9-10 months to get to that place. And now all of a sudden you drop your kid and now you want to post a picture in a waist trainer. Like,
and they're not discussing some of the true health conditions that they could be experiencing. The tummy issues, the tummy pains, the intestinal issues, the colon issues, the breast issues, the head, the headaches, and I mean, it's so many changes the body goes through. When you're pregnant and you give birth, you may visually snap back, but it's not fair to act like everything's okay,
Right.
Because it's not realistic.
because
It's not realistic. So I changed my narrative, and that's when I changed my, I don't know, what do they call it on social media when you see a certain thing, you keep seeing it over and over again. Um, anyway, I've changed my narrative. I've changed the people I follow and things like that. Like I
Yeah.
find myself sort of now following a lot more of like mom groups and stuff like that, and I don't see as many snapbacks and things that I used to see now. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
all in what you follow. If you
Yeah.
follow those people, then you're going to continue to see that, and that sort of messes with you because, of course, in a perfect world, every woman wants to be back to her size and wants to feel good about herself and stuff like that. But in reality, a lot of times that just does not happen. And for some women, it's like you said, because they have medical issues, they can't work out, they can't do these things. So the snapback narrative,
It's
you got to
it's
definitely be strong against social media and stuff. You have to be
yeah.
headstrong, because if you're not, you'll get engulfed and you'll be sitting around here sulking, trying to figure out how you can get a BBL tomorrow.
But also too, people need to realize those people that are doing that snapback, they have a chef, they have a physical trainer,
Eight
they
nannies.
nannies. They can get up at 6 in the morning, have the nanny feed the baby, and go ahead and work out. Or better yet, they could have the baby sitting right there. With it's just a different thing. I don't think a lot of people have to look at the big picture. They're not working two jobs, and maybe they are, but they have assistants. They have more people. When we go to work, we don't have an assistant unless we go to work, we do what we have to do. We come home, we don't have a nanny, we don't have a chef. We're
Right.
it. We wear all the hats.
Right.
So it's an adjustment. So I wish a lot of females would just look at it like that and say, nah, that's not realistic for me. Maybe if I had that opportunity to do those things, I could, but realistic for me, it's going to take me, a good 6 months to just get back to normal, because it takes a good 6 months to even feel like yourself. You're not getting any sleep. You keep barely bathing, to be
Right.
honest with you. You gotta find someone so you can bathe.
But and your kids go through changes too. Just like Lo went through a period where she went through like a month or so where she was sleeping through the night, and now here she is 6 months, and like the past 2 weeks she's been waking up 3 times. And like the kids, you adjust to your kids and stuff like that. And somebody was just like, oh, you're making an excuse. You can leave Duke at daycare. I know that's no. I'm not. It's bad enough I got to drop my kid off at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to keep him there until 7 o'clock at night, so I can
Right.
go to the gym and even to selfishly appear and look like, oh, somebody else. Like, I'll figure it out in my own timing, and it is what it is. But like I said, once I changed, what is it? Algorithm. That's what it is. Algorithm.
Yes.
Once I changed,
if you spend 30 seconds
right.
looking at something, it's gonna adjust, to your feed.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just be very careful, everybody, not just,
Mhm.
us, but people that are listening and watching in, when it comes to social media, it is adjusting to what you're spending, even 30 seconds looking at. And if that's not something that you want to wake up and have in your normal feed, just like if you was to go outside and open up the newspaper every day and all it talked about was murders, or all it talked about was BBLs and snapbacks. If you don't want to see that every day, then you have to actually take time, like Sydney did, and readjust your algorithm and readjust what you're following.
And that
so
was
that you
literally
have
for my
healthy social media.
mental health too.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like I said,
Yeah.
it takes 10 months to get to that part. And so for people just to think it's realistic to drop out a baby and put on a waist trainer, it's just like nuts to me. I look at motivating people too, like just like Jess. We got Jess on our timeline every damn day. And I'm like, damn it, I need to probably get up and do a jumping jack. And then I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not mentally, like I'm not doing this. I just can't right now. Like this one, of course I have to hold myself accountable, and I do. I understand. But if I'm just not able, I'm ready. It's not going to happen. So
when you're ready, it'll happen.
And
you got to do it in your own pace, and we got to understand, like you said, everybody got their own health issues. So make sure you are in tune with your body and know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Don't go on out here and try to run a mile and pass out on us and be in the hospital someday.
Listen, I got out my bike and everything. I called myself. I was like, I'm about to do this. Homegirl got on that bike for about 7 minutes, and I was just like, Duke, I need a water. He told Mommy, you need a water? Yes, I need a water. Duke knew I was struggling. Okay, and my son, he was like, "Mom, you need a walk." Yes, please. Like, hey,
He already knew.
yeah, he already knew. Like it was. So, you know what? I'll continue to root for Jess, and in my hopefully my own time, I will find my way back.
Yes.
You
You know
will.
what's I find a good exercise to do that doesn't feel like a chore is dancing. I think dance
Oh
is a
yeah.
good exercise. I mean, they don't have roller skating rings. They do, but it's not close to me. But roller skating too. I used to love roller skating. That's a good
Oh,
exercise. Get
that
a
is
full, but
fun.
sweat
Yes.
going on and stuff. So I try to find stuff that's fun because to me, just me, I don't like working out in the gym. I
Right.
think some of the gyms they want to see who's in the gym more than they work out. And I'm just not into all that. I didn't come here to socialize and meet people. I came here because I need to lose some weight.
And it can be intimidating too. It can
It,
definitely be intimidating. You got all the
Right.
gym machines that you want to try and work out on one, but you don't know how to work. Like I'm not about to go viral because I'm sitting on the machine backwards. Like no,
exactly. Yo.
y'all gonna catch me. Y'all be done caught me on a meme, and I'm looking because everybody taking pictures and stuff. I'm on the machine backwards. No, I just need a treadmill and a few 10-pound dumbbells. And I just need to do what I got to do at
She
home.
said,
That's it. And I'm
I'm not
out of
doing it.
there.
It's so intimidating sometimes. Like so intimidating. It's so stressful. I gotta YouTube how to look up this how to work this machine. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like
Funny.
no.
It's not that bad, Cindy.
You say that, Wendy. I didn't been in Planet Fitness recently.
Well,
I was
I
looking
don't.
over. I said, "Am I
I
saying this right?"
I don't know. When I was doing the gym thing, what 2, 3 years ago now, I had a personal trainer, but I only had that trainer for like a month. I wasn't going further than that because that's more money out of your pocket.
yeah,
So he kind of trained me and showed me how to work a lot of the machines, and so I got my butt in there and I was
Yeah,
working
but
it.
you had somebody teach you. I'm not going
Yes.
in there by myself blind, Wendy. I tell you, I
Yeah.
got on that machine and didn't know if I was using it right. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna tell me. I looked, I swear to you, I typed in hashtag Planet Fitness for like a month to make sure won't nobody have to picture.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get up one day and see
Well, you
myself
know
on
what?
the
I'm
treadmill.
willing to go with you. If you wanted to do that, we could do it together and figure it
Listen,
out. You know?
that's what I need too, though. I need an
Yeah.
accountability partner.
Accountability partner.
That's
yeah,
that's what's
You
not
know?
keeping me. That's what's keeping me away. Like I feel like I need somebody, some motivation, somebody that's gonna go with me, and it'll make me really do it. Without that, I'm not doing it.
Right.
right,
I don't know what it is, but I just feel like if I got a person that's like, hey, let's go do it, let's do it, they want to do it, I'll more than likely do it.
Yeah, I
right.
tried, and I was telling, I've been into Gene. I'm like, Gene, I need to get back with him. And my problem with him is he don't want to be, he want to be your accountability partner, but he want to be a coach. So he be like, you not running fast enough. Whoa, I'm running as fast as I can. You don't
I
see me like
can.
fast out. No, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. Like he wants to be a coach, because that's what he knows how to do. But that doesn't work with me. I need somebody to be like, you got this. And I try to tell him, you got this, and da da da. But he don't want to listen, and you be yelling and blowing a whistle. I'm not doing this no more. I'm
I
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can.
No,
So
yeah, I can't do that. I'm with you, Sid. I can't. No, I'd be
no,
like, you know what? I quit. I can't.
yeah,
Listen, you gotta slow it down, man. Little by little. What are you doing? Like, no,
right.
I didn't sign up for
He
boot camp,
literally
man.
recorded me. He recorded me running, and he said something to me. And halfway through the run, I just stopped and looked at him, and I just walked up the steps. I ain't had nothing else to say. I ain't have nothing else to say. He thought he was like, "You're not running fast," and he was like recording me. And I go back and look at the video, and I didn't gave him the bird and everything. I was like, "This isn't it. I'm not doing this.
Not the bird.
I just rather pay somebody to have a trainer than sit here and listen to you because you're not gonna make it inside the house tonight. Like it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I feel
No.
you 100%. For
Yeah,
real.
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
with you,
if y'all
Sid.
want to go walk some bridges or something, you guys let me know. I'm down for that. I can get a good speed walk going on, but other than that, I'm not doing no more of that stuff with.
Let's try to do something.
We
Let's try
should.
to start with like 1 or 2 workout goals per month that
Okay.
we do together.
That sounds
That'll
like
be a
fun.
good start.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I was gonna say too, they have an app where you and all your friends, like so Shaniqua, you could do it too, and like you guys just it's sort of a competition, like how many steps somebody can take in a week. and like you
Okay.
just try to beat each other. Like, so you can keep like, so if I walk my 5,000 in a day, you guys will be able to see like, oh, Sydney walked 5,000 today, and
Yeah.
then you can be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna try and walk 5,100. Like, so
Yeah.
it sort of makes you guys hold each other accountable. It's super fun. It's super, it's a little competitive too, but it lets and just starting somewhere will make a
All right,
That
we
difference.
gotta
sounds
find
good.
the
We should do
app.
it.
We have to
Yes,
find the app.
I'm gonna look it up, and the minute I get off of this, I'm gonna, I'll tag you guys, or I put it in this Facebook or something, and then we all download it, and we can just go from there.
Let's go from
Yeah,
there. That'll
let's
be
do
our
it.
one for
Let's
this
do it.
month. So
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
our one. We can just try that. Even if, some days you'll see City only walk 2 steps, and that means I just walk 2 steps.
that's it.
But on other days, I'm getting it in, so don't worry.
Yes. Let's do it. I'm
Okay, that's
excited.
Me too. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do it.
That's
And then
wonderful.
we can post our, once we can say, okay,
Yeah.
where we're at within the JourneyRight. Let everyone know how our progress.
Yes,
You know?
that sounds awesome. I think we should do that.
Let's do it. So while we're
That's
talking
perfect.
about goals and striving to be our better selves, we've been chatting for about 2 hours, believe it or not. Right?
That's so
Let's end it with everybody sharing, a personal goal, not a mommy related goal, but a Sydney goal or Wendy goal or Nika goal. Like, what is something that you guys are working towards that we can just be aware of and contribute to supporting you? You want to go first, Sid?
Oh wow.
Something that I'm working towards outside of my kids
Mommy.
and stuff, or mommy, and is getting back to me.
Okay.
That's a good one.
To being able to not just be a mom, or even when I am, I want to be like I want to be myself again. I don't know if I'm making sense at all. I didn't only verbalize what I'm feeling. Like, as of right now, I am Duke and Lauren's mom, but I just feel like I still have so much more to offer.
Yeah.
Other than being a mom. And I just want to be able to tap back into that, because 99% of the time, everything I do is around my kids. So that is the goal for me.
Okay. Well, I definitely, I know you to a certain extent. I might not know 100% Sydney, but I know a lot of Sydney.
No,
and I
you
know that,
me.
yeah. And, I've seen you transition, and, when we parted a little bit at the spa, we share some really deep words, and, life happens, especially when you when you have children and you become a mom. But I'll be here with you every step of the way, no matter how close or far. And I know exactly what you have to offer. And, I know what you want to do. So whenever I can contribute some time or some words of encouragement, just let me know.
That is amazing. And yes,
let me know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So
You are Sydney. It's no other. You got a junior on the way, because that little boy
he's nuts, toy.
rolling his damn eyes at me. I can't wait to see
bro,
him.
where did you get that from? You better come. Like, he's nuts. When I tell you,
He was like,
next. Yeah, I know. That's the first time I ever see him do it.
That's what's so funny.
You need help, but yes. So that's my goal.
All right, we got you. Wendy, what's up with you, girl? What you got going on?
I don't know. But I do, I'm just being honest. But no, I do want to get back on a healthy roll. Try to, keep my health going strong, because I'm getting older and I do see changes, and I'm kind of like, with the pandemic going on, I kind of just let it go a little bit, just living. So I do want to shoot towards trying to get myself back on a healthy track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nika?
We're gonna hold each other accountable. I can't even talk. We're gonna hold each other accountable, and be supportive. This is the what is it? When moms link up, link up. When moms, I like that, Sid. When moms link up, and I met you young ladies through Toy, and I've we've become like family. So whatever, I will support. I'm down for whatever, supporting you guys, whatever it is that you need help with, and like as Toya has said, one of my things as goals for now to the end of the year is that, I want to get my business up and going. I started out doing a little things here with my business, and, I really want to get it going. I have one client, and I'm going to continue to grow it. And part of that business is also investing in things of that nature. So I'm going in that direction and just keep going, and it's flourishing. And so I just want to stay focused on that. I get distracted. I have 3 kids. I have a man. All these different things, and so it's just just staying focused and staying on task and not allowing someone take me off my square. Because those that are close to me, if they don't see the vision, I get a little distracted with that, and I have to understand it's not their vision to see.
Yes.
So I'm working on that. I'm getting there, but I'm working on it. So that's my goal. To continue to be successful, so I can help others, because I like to help others. I'm not a person to hide information. If I know something, I'm gonna spread it and make sure, because I like all my friends. I want to be at a point where all my friends, we all winning. You know what I mean? We all doing our thing. We're happy. Our kids are happy. That's me.
I think we all got that in common too. We all want what's best for each other.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And when we went to Orlando to the winery, the crew that was there was just, the pictures were so vibrant and so radiant because
of
the energy that the women actually had. Every last woman that was present, they're going big for themselves, they're going big for their children, and they have great relationships with their significant others, and they may not be on the same exact page, but they're like tag teaming it, or they're, they're dream chasers, where this one's chasing their dream while this one's holding this down, and then vice versa. So I also want to bring attention, since Nikwa mentioned, business, getting that off the ground. We have a great network of ladies. I'm going to just mention Kiva, because every morning when I wake up, I got my Kiva post, like she's doing big things.
I follow her as well.
Yes, and I'm going to be joining her, ladies. I'm going to be joining her in the business. So she's awesome. She helped me out with a couple of things. So I'm going to join her. And so you'll probably be seeing me, tag me in.
Yes, tag me in. Like, sharing the information, watching everybody come up is a blessing. Every day I sit and I'm like, well, I'm not going to say every day, but these days lately, I'm like, it's such a passion of mine to inspire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a passion of mine to whatever, like, if I have some type of knowledge that I've gained, like, how can I share it? How can I spread it? How can I make it make sense to somebody else? And it's just so rewarding when at least one person, takes it, or when you yourself take that information and you're able to manifest it. It's just so freaking motivational and rewarding. So,
Well, I just want to say one more thing before we tie it up. I just want to congratulate our girl Toy for getting her pilot license as a student. I don't have no wine, but I'm giving a cheers with my Arizona iced tea.
Congratulations.
Okay, we got a pilot in the group. Okay, we about to be taking trips. Okay.
Yes, y'all, like, don't ask me where that came from. It's that I definitely, like, if I was a kid and y'all was like, what you want to be when you grow up, I definitely would not have been like, I want to be a pilot. But life it'll throw some stuff at you, man, and it gets very interesting. Yeah, so it is a challenge. I am officially a pilot. My title right now is student pilot.
Come on, pilot.
Yeah,
We know a pilot, y'all. We know a pilot.
Yes, y'all know a pilot.
You can fly.
How you getting there? Oh, I'm flying. Don't worry.
We flying like.
Okay.
You know my plane yet.
Look, how are you guys getting it? We have our homegirl is a pilot. I don't know about you.
I'm gonna be able to get to Orlando in 20 minutes.
So you're gonna purchase a helicopter next.
Yes. So I'm going after private pilot, so we don't have to just stay in the US, y'all. Like
Girl,
we can
yes.
go anywhere. So
Listen,
yeah,
are
it's
we
on and
taking the
popping.
kids?
I just feel like, yeah, this is like the ultimate freedom for
Mhm.
me. This is like something
Yes.
that every day when I wake up, I'm like, I can't wait. I can't wait to learn. I can't wait to get in the plane. Like, I just like it's crazy. Like it is absolutely insane. And if anybody,
Awesome.
if anybody wants to join, if y'all want to come watch me take off and land, like
No, that's awesome. Well, it's so funny because I can say one thing about Toy. Toy is fearless, okay? And
I
Toy
know,
is gonna take
spontaneous.
you. And it's so funny because we could legit be out talking and stuff one day, and then she'll hit me with a message and be like, "I'm going to pilot school." Wait, we just we just had a whole conversation 2 days ago. You never said this, like she gonna wait till everything is good and she's like, I'm going to pilot school. And I'm like, but I absolutely love it. That's what everybody, I always say my saying, and I say it every year on your birthday, everybody needs a toy. And I am here for it.
Yes.
Everybody needs
That's
a
nice.
toy. Everybody needs a toy friend. They need a pilot friend. They need a fearless friend just to help you sometimes just get out here.
That's it.
Yes.
It helps you. It helps you. It really does. I might not be
Mom-
trying to get my pilot license, but I might do something else that she motivated me to do just on the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're definitely aspiring.
Yeah,
You're
thank
definitely
you.
aspiring, and that's what I told her. Definitely, yes.
Love it.
you.
I'm here
Thank
for it.
you. Yeah, I'm excited. My mom just said she's scared her mother. So yeah, when I called my mom, I was like, I'm gonna be a pilot. And she was like, huh?
What?
And I was like, I'm gonna be flying planes. Like,
Really?
I think she was just like, no.
No.
It was like me, with my kids, like she was worried, she was like, call me when you get down,
Right.
call me, let me make sure you're okay, my baby's okay. And I just
Right.
was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. But when she saw the video and she saw the pictures, I just thought it was really important to kind of capture it, so people could visually see, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of learning. It's a whole new world, for me. And Sydney, when you talk about, adjusting your timeline and your social media, like I got aviation shit on there now. Like,
I know, that's what I was gonna
it's a
say.
whole other situation.
I literally saw something the other day that said like it was a couple flying. So I'm like, why am I seeing this? Like, what is this? And
Me
then I
too.
realized,
And I sent it to her. It's like she got us in her algorithm.
And now they got me wanting to go out here to Georgia to fly out on a romantic trip for 45 minutes for $300. I was like, okay, I get it. Like,
don't spend it yet. Don't spend it yet. I'll take you guys. I'll take you guys. Beyonce just posted in a helicopter. Nipsey's sister and Lauren just posted in a I mean, it's just, the world works in mysterious ways. The universe.
In LA, that's how they travel. Because the traffic is so bad. You got people, if they got that money, they traveling in a helicopter to get from point A to point B.
Yes. And the same thing like Alaska, like you wouldn't think, but just in learning, Alaska, they have the highest population of pilots per like household or rooftop or whatever, because their weather is so treacherous. You can't drive on the roads up there, so they fly, where they have to go. And you learn things like that, and you're just like, I was so close-minded. I thought I just had this car, or I thought I just could ride on the bus or whatever, but this is what people do. I mean, this is what they do. So, we're tapping in, and if it's going to be,
Yep.
You're tapping in. You tapped in literally, like when she said pilot, I was like, oh, this is next level. Like she said, forget a bus.
Totally.
She said,
okay. That's what I said. Okay.
18-wheeler. She just said, I'm gonna go off ground. Okay.
And she's literally in the clouds.
Yeah,
literally.
Like that's how I think of it. I said, okay, we're doing this. She's a pilot. I don't know what else to say. Like, we're here now. And when she and somebody's able to tap into their next level and stuff, it opens you up to think about things too. Like, damn, well, she knows, she up there flying. Well, let's fuck. This might be obtainable. This might not be so bad. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's so
it's
awesome.
awesome.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
to you.
Yes,
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Thank you.
congratulations.
When
Let's
I
go.
get the pilot, when
Man,
I get the private pilot, when I get to the point that I feel like is my goals, which is actually a seaplane is my biggest interest. Learning how to, fly the planes off the water and land the planes on the water. Like I got a plane picked out, everything. Like I want to have an event, so we can celebrate and have a good time. And it's
Yes,
going to be a journey. So I'm gonna want y'all to be there and
we'll be there.
enjoy the moment with
We
me.
will be there.
it's
The
gonna be a
JourneyRight
journey.
crew. This is the JourneyRight crew right here, y'all.
Journey right
Everybody, this is
continues.
part of the JourneyRight crew right here. This is how it started right here.
The journey
That's
right,
right.
the journey right continues. It continues, and that's why those shirts. I think you definitely need to bring the shirts back to us.
See, Toy, I told you we should bring the shirts back. See, Sydney
That's
said it.
what
No,
Oh, you need to bring the shirts back.
Yes, that's
no.
what we'll do. We have an operation actually in Orlando. We have an operation now.
Okay,
So yeah, so shirts should be popping, if not the end of the year, the first of the year. So we'll have some merch.
that's
We'll
another
get it
goal.
going.
That's another goal to watch out for.
Yes. You
Perfect.
know
Well,
what
I
we
love
should do?
y'all
We should
so
add the,
much.
the pilot on yours. The
Oh
plane
yeah.
on yours.
Yeah, I like
Oh
these
yes, her got a
slogans
pilot.
and
When moms link up, meet the pilot of the crew. She's
Yay!
the head.
I
She's
like
gonna
that.
get us where we need to go. She's gonna get us off ground. She's gonna get us where we need to go. That's all you need.
Exactly.
Okay, we're gonna get there
That's dope.
safely too.
I know, right?
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
yeah. So that's my focus right now. So if I'm quiet, y'all don't hear too much from me. That's what's going on because it's
Study it.
really
You gotta get it.
got to get it done. So
Yes.
yes, but we will continue with our happy hours. We will continue with some of the things that we mentioned during the chat to make sure we do together, and we'll share with everybody because I think it's important for people to see, us linking up, us out doing things, us being safe, us still being able to get together
Right.
and connect with one another, and just be encouraging,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
next mama. So
Yes.
That's
And it's
awesome.
refreshing. I'll just end this on this note. It's refreshing to see women supporting each other. We're not clawing at each other and
Right.
crazy-ish and being jealous and all that. Like that's whack. I mean, I know I sound like I'm from the 90s, but I am. So that's whack. Okay.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
It's the
yeah,
truth.
that's that. You know what I mean? So no, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good example. So I love you, ladies. I'm so glad
We
you guys
genuinely
are
love
on.
each other. Hey, everybody, stay
Good
on
night, you
track.
guys.
Y'all have a good night. Love
Good
y'all.
night.
Y'all too. Good
Bye.
night. Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm just gonna spend a couple minutes just to kind of remind everybody of how they can stay connected with mamas. Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
That was a great conversation. I know it was super long, one of our longer ones, but we had a lot that we needed to get caught up on, right?
Yes.
But yeah, we're still on YouTube and we are still on Facebook. You guys can follow us on both. Share the chat. You never know who may need to hear a little bit of what we mentioned, be inspired or be informed. But yeah, it went well. I'm glad we got some cool conversations coming up soon.
Yes. This was really I like this conversation. Hopefully you guys got some good stuff out of it. But these are real live situations. These are real friends. Like, we didn't just meet them. So these are conversations we have, with each other when we have our outings and things of that nature. So you got to kind of see a little bit of that. And I'm happy they were able to share, their experiences as being a mom, and it was just great. I enjoyed it. So it was good to see everyone. And share, and if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to come on and you have something that you would like to say. I mean, I know we started this platform because there were some things we felt like needed that were not teaching us, our children, us, that feel the way we do, and just being, just having an open forum and speak about real stuff and just, said all that garbage that really is irrelevant, really.
Yeah.
So, we appreciate our, people hanging in there with us. I know we've had a little gap in between, but, we had children going off to college, and, we have a seniors coming up this year as well. So we had senior pictures, and then, football starting up again, basketball, and, so all of those things we were just trying
Very
to get in
busy.
order. Yes, yes.
We've
So,
been
but we're
very
back,
busy.
very
Yeah, we're
busy.
back, and we'll keep it rolling. But very important what Nico said. If you got this show is for everybody. This
Hmm.
show is for everybody, and our page is for everybody. So if you have any information to share, if you have a funny to share, you can post it on the page. It's not private. It's like we can share information there. And you can come on the chat, and we'll help promote in the best way that we can and spread the word. I think this chat is more like a grassroots. So we have a very specific audience, friends and family. It can grow to be, we've seen the chats gain like thousands of views. So it can just be a really great outlet if you have something going on, if you have something that you want to share or say. So let us know.
Let
But
us know. And
yeah,
any realtors out there, any realtors, financial advisors, you know, interested, we would love to have you on. I know we've had some financial folks on. I know that now that, I've decided to join Kiva, I want to bring her back on to do, talk about credit a little bit more in depth.
yeah,
But, we would love to hear from you guys, like I said, let us know, and, we could go ahead. I mean, Toy and I and other ladies of the JourneyRight family are, investing and looking at other things as well. So we're just sharing information that we've come across, you know, and things of that nature. So just giving you an overview of some of the stuff we talked about. Also, probably touch base on some LLC information, business, growing business credit, stuff like that. I think, that's good to know for those who are looking to do that.
definitely.
I mean, Toy and I, we're on that journey, Toya kind of set the blueprint on certain things. So I would call her like, hey, yo, stuff like that. So, it's a dope time for me, I think, right now to
It is
definitely build.
absolutely. It's a dope time for so many of us to just be able to learn and just put it into practice,
Yep,
and just watch it work. A lot
exactly.
of times we have so much in our brains. I know a few years back I had so much in my brain and I was trying to do so much and I had so little to do it with, and it's just finally starting to come full
Yep.
circle so that you
Hmm.
can have a full picture and really feel comfortable with making moves, and it's not selfish. You're doing it for yourself, but you're also seeing your children kind of reap the benefits from it and be able to launch them from a really cool place in life. So yeah, it's been amazing. Just day by day, day by day. So I can't wait for that conversation.
Yeah, I
um
think
I'm
it's
looking
really
forward to that
get more.
conversation.
Well, we touched on it a little bit, but now we're going to dig deep, like
Dig
deep,
deeper.
because one thing I think Toy and I found out. I mean, we knew this, but it really confirmed when we did the show. There's a lot of things we don't know, and it's nothing to be shameful about. I don't. I hate the word judgment. Judging people. We're all in this to learn, and there's a lot of things we didn't learn. That's how you're changing that what they call generational curse. Or I
Mhm.
shouldn't say curse, generational. Things of breaking that chain. Um, so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the narrative. There you go. Change the narrative of the way we think when it comes to finances and business. Because I know for me, I don't want to say there were certain things that were instilled in me, but I didn't know a lot of stuff about, those things when it came to business and, your taxes. And I mean, just a lot of stuff, there's things we're still learning now. So I just think that it's good to share that information. So that's definitely going to be something that will come up that I feel like is good. So the reason I brought it up is because Toya put on here, if you would like to be a guest on our show, we have our link tree. Go ahead and click our calendar, and it has when, the dates that we have available. We on the days that we do our show, and you know, let us know. Let us know. We would love to have you. Um, you know, and we'll go from there. Exciting times. I'm loving this hat. I'm gonna have to get me some more of these hats right here because
Girl, it is so
you
cute.
guys
Oh
know.
my God. I stole
Okay.
this hat out the garage. This was Terry's.
I like
So,
that blue though. I
but
like that
yours
blue.
is just, that blue
I
is
like
popping,
this,
right? But
but you know,
I like
I'm
that
very New
fit.
Yorkish. Yes. See this, I like
Yes.
them with
No,
these
that
fits.
fit.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta get me some
Yes.
more, but I want to get me some more Bronx hats too. Because if y'all don't know, those that don't really know me, I'm
Yes.
very New Yorkish. Even though I live in Virginia, I've lived in other places. New York is always gonna be my home. That's where my heart really is. So I'm
Yeah.
always, but my whole, if you guys knew my family, we're all like this. We're over the top. Always. So we're always representing. So
What
that's
did
just
I
us.
see? I saw it. I think it was like a Shade Room or a Baller Alert post. It was like, what city are people from where they have to let you know where they from? And it was just like New York, New York, New York, the Bronx, Brooklyn, 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 New York, Philly.
Yeah.
I was rolling. I was like, yeah, that's how it be.
You can
But
go anywhere in the world and you be
yeah,
like, "You in New York?" Oh, yeah. So yeah,
just
most
believe it.
definitely. So was
So
there
funny.
anything else you wanted to? I think we covered pretty much. It's been a while, so we're just doing a lot of like throwing up, catching
Just
up, and
catching up
stuff
with
like
some
that.
conversation.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I do. I am I am recruiting for some things. I had so much on my plate. So I was not able to share the jobs on JourneyRight, but I will be doing that this weekend. Um, I have a lot of opportunities. If you are working in an IT space and have a clearance, any type of clearance, and work in an IT space, let me know. I have several opportunities, several that are really good paying jobs. Some are remote. So I mean, I'm gonna put the information out there. Let me know. If you know of anyone, let me know. I know people are out here looking. I know people are out here looking for a certain type of pay and things of that nature. So that's what I'm here for. I want to help those, get to where they need to be, especially my people. I hate to say it like that. I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced, but I've worked in HR for over 15 years and I've seen certain things. I'm not going to get into details, but I've seen certain things. So I want to help my people get work. The ones, because we're smart. We got the degrees. We just need to get the opportunity. So that's what I want. And I want to try to partner anybody who's a career advisor at the HBCU level. Please hit me up. I want to connect with you guys. I want to help our engineers coming out of HBCUs. I have a lot of engineering opportunities. I'm gonna put my information out there, link up with me so I could, we can build this network and get our people jobs when they graduate. That's my goal. I want to get people jobs when they get that degree, they got a job because they got
Boom.
bills to
You
pay.
working. Yeah. And you got a good paying job. She got good jobs on her docket. So,
Yes, I
yeah.
mean, I got cyber roles, I got engineering roles, I got help desk, so several different roles. So I'll definitely start sharing that with you guys and my contact information, and we'll just go from there. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Good stuff. All right, y'all. Well, have a good night. We are so happy to be back with you guys, talking with you
Good seeing
guys.
everybody.
And
Be safe.
yeah,
Be
we'll
safe
see you
out there.
soon. We're getting ready to roll into September. So we'll have some stuff lined up for you for September. Love
Yeah.
y'all.
Bye.